All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And citation and much love for Yakim, pushing this truth and sincerity over the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. Here we are again, another week, prophesying the downfall of Babylon, letting you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans know you are the children of Israel, all right? So nevertheless, we're going to just go ahead and jump right on in it, man. All right, because, you know, you still have a lot of things that's going on throughout the world with a lot of these prophecies and things like that that's taking place. But at the same time, you know, you have, as we're getting closer and closer to the end, all right, you have a lot more of these spirits being turned up as well, too, man. All right, you had a lot of different things transpire throughout the week, all right, in which we'll kind of touch on some of these things. But, you know, we know how Esau like to get down with a lot of these little planned events and things like that, just to be able to, create a narrative that he's trying to push, all right? But ultimately, you know, we understand how Esau moves, you know? But let me go ahead and start off with this real quick. Matter of fact, let me grab that. Since we touched on that, there's came out with that. This is in the book of Matthew chapter 5, I do believe. You know, because one of the things that I want to briefly touch on before we get into this other subject is, being mindful of how, you know, you carry yourself and the things that you do, all right? Because, in these times, you want to be blameless. You want to leave the ministry blameless, all right? This is Matthew chapter 5. I'm going to start at verse 10. It says, "Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake." It says, "For theirs is the kingdom of heaven." All right. So, you know, and this is what it says, blessed are you when you're, persecuted for righteousness' sake, you know. And that's what we're out here to tell you, man. Be ye blameless. Don't be trying to bring a certain, lights and shining on the truth, man. You don't want to be mixing your so-called wickedness that you have going on in the world with the men of the Lord, and it's the truth that the truth be blamed for these things, man. So we know that in the same time, let me read this further on down, verse 11. It says, "Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake." So again, falsely, man. All right, so don't leave no room for these people to sit here and have an occasion to blame you, to blame the truth, man. They'll have the truth being blamed for the things that you're doing. You know, like I said, you have that scenario that happened up in New York, right, where, you know, they going back into that whole case, talking about how old boy, has uploaded videos on the internet about certain things and speaking a certain type of way, in which, you know, from a quote-unquote layman's term, all right, you have people that can look at the same things that we speak about and everything else like that and try to merge the two. Oh, see, it's the same thing. We got to be worried about those guys, man. All right, so, like the scripture said, let me read it again. It says, blessed, let me just read from 10 on down. It says, "Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake." All right, so, you know, we have, you know, especially when you're out on the highways and the byways, you have these scenarios that come up all the time to where, you know, people want to call the police on you and things like that and try to harass, you know, they're the ones harassing you, but we're not on the highways and the byways harassing anybody else, or you shouldn't be, all right? You know, and that's kind of like what we're going to be going into about, you know, watching how you carry yourself in these spirits that's out here, man, all right? You're not out here on the highways and the byways reaching out to people and antagonizing these people so that when, you know, when people was the so-called call the police on you, they'd be like, yeah, you know, you have witnesses that's going around saying, yeah, we seen the guy that was over there with the Bible reaching out and you know, provoking people that's walking by and bothering all the people that's going by. Then now all of a sudden you getting the police being called on you, all right? And now all of a sudden you bringing shame into the, you know, the name of Yahweh Shah, versus you on the highways and the byways and people just looking by like, yeah, we might not like what he's saying, but he over there just reading the Bible. He minding his business. People are walking by, he ignoring them and they ignoring him, and it's just a easy transaction, man. All right, so don't be doing anything, to bring shame upon the truth, man. All right, because, ultimately, you know, you're going to wind up being, you know, cast out for your own, you know, your own folly anyway, man. All right, but ultimately, you know, like I said, man, you have to be a good steward for the names of Yahweh and Yahweh Shah, man. Be a good example, man. You don't want to be a bad example of certain things. You have these how you call them, false, speaking of which, you know, the police right down there just bent the block. But anyway, you have these people that's out here, you know, that's going out, more say, to camp with, how they say, sticks at camp. All right, going out to the shooting ranges and putting up certain type of videos, man. These things here only bring a negative light onto what we're doing, because again, there's a fine line All right, so let me read this verse again. There's a fine line between what we're doing and what people are, like that dude that was up in New York, right? I did a video on this about what he was saying. All right, hey, we saying the same things a lot of times what he be saying, but then the difference is he's saying he gotta do something about it, and we saying with us we gonna wait for the Lord. This is what our so-called doing about it is, man. This is our so-called fight right now, man. Our weapons of our warfare are not carnal. So this is our so-called fight right now. We're like right now what you're seeing is this is the battlefield, man. Waking our people up, telling our people to repent and things like that. Come back to the Lord. Stop being all these violent criminals and things like that, man. This is what we telling our people to do. But yet and still you have some of these people that are bringing blame and shame onto, the names of Yahweh and Yahushua, because ultimately, again, you should be blameless in the sight of these people out here, man. All right. So going back, Matthew 5:11, it says, "Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake." All right. And so again, like I was saying, man, they shouldn't have anything to be able to say about you besides, well, he ain't over there bothering nobody. He's just reading from the Bible, putting up his little videos and going to work and being a so-called productive citizen and things like that. He's not on the corner over there shooting a rap music video, all right, with a whole bunch of women twerking and selling drugs on the corner and things like. No, they don't have these things to say about us, man, because we're not those types of people, man. But yet and still we know what the MO is to try to demonize Jake in the end all be all. So nevertheless, just dealing with that situation in that scenario, just coming out and saying, hey, man, watch how you walk out here. Watch how you move out here. Watch the things that you do out here so that what? These things, because you know how Esau like to get down, man. All right, he's waiting on you to slip, man. A lot of the times, Esau be sitting over here watching your ass day in and day out, just waiting on a moment for you to slip up, man, so that they can just come over here and railroad your ass with all these different things. And then guess what? They got all your videos because, when we got our videos flagged and everything else like that, just think about that, man. Think about how often you get your damn videos flagged and all these different things for all these different, the terms that they say and everything else like that. You don't think these people didn't start looking into you, man? All right, and they wishing and hoping they can get you up off the block, but it's like, well, technically according to our law, he ain't really did nothing that besides just saying a bunch of stuff. He just talking shit basically, but he ain't really did nothing, man. All right, but hey, like I said, watch how you conduct yourself and watch the things that you do, so that you don't want to be how do I say, bringing some shame into the names of Yahweh and Yahushua, man. All right, because that's the last thing that you would want. Oh, this guy was out here preaching this, and then all of a sudden he went and did those things, man. All right, because hey, at the end all be all, we should always be able to say, hey, they wasn't a part of us, man. We not teaching. This is going against what we're out here teaching, man. All right, let's get back into the scriptures. Going back, verse 12, it says, "Rejoice and be ye exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you." And so, you have these things that's coming, again down the pipeline, whether it be, of our own brethren, all right, accusing us and things like that, and persecuting us. You seen that when Yahushua was walking on the scene, man. All right, when the disciples was walking around, they was hating on them because why? They was messing up their so-called income with the the temple to Diana, and them making their little gods and things like that. Like, oh man, he fucking up the money, so we got to go and persecute them for doing all these things. We got to go and put smut on their names over these things, man. All right, you telling it's just like with a lot of these different things that's going on in the vibrations that's being pushed on the earth, whether first and foremost the truth being pushed. All right, now you got a lot of brothers that's waking up, and now all of a sudden their mindset changes with a lot of different things, especially like when dealing with women. All right, you basically stop becoming a simp and all these different things. So now all the stuff that you used to do, you may have an old lady and everything at the crib, and you bending over backwards for her ass and doing all these different things. Then all of a sudden you come into the truth, and now you're starting to stand your ground over all these things. Now I'm not gonna let you do this. I'm not gonna let you do that, and all these different things that people just want to paint you in a bad light. So what? Now they want to persecute you, just for saying certain things. Now my daughter not gonna be walking around with that their makeup on. Now she gonna put some clothes on before she leave the house. Now they, again, they starting to hate you for these things for righteousness' sake, man. Not for wickedness' sakes. Nah, homeboy went to the crib and beat his old lady, and no, man, you shouldn't have those type of accusations being brought upon you like that, man. All right, but nevertheless, what can they ultimately say against you? When they're gonna persecute you like that, because like the scriptures say, we know that in the last times. Let me grab that real quick just to hit that point. But that's in let me find it real quick. Boom, right here. Yep. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 3, it says, "Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lust." And that was the point I wanted to get at. walking after their own lust, you know, scoffers. They persecuting you for righteousness' sake, you know, devising wickedness upon you, man. All right, falsely accusing you of things. So again, let me read it one more time. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 3, it says, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lust. So you getting persecuted in your own household or things like that, you know, you should have to be able to look at it and, you know, being in this here truth, you know, it become mind-boggling why people start hating on you. You're like, wait, you hating on me because we not out here selling drugs? You hating on me because I say I don't want my woman walking around butt-ass naked so everybody can see all her goods? You mad because I'm trying to actually be a father to my children and be in my children's life and raise them up in the righteousness and not have them going out here and being little minions running around the streets, all right? So when people so-called, you know, slander you and things like that, those should be the only things they should be able to say about you. But then it should just sound retarded on their end because, you know, they mad because what? You know, you changed your diet, you eating better now? Oh, he don't eat pork no more. He like to fuck up every damn thing. So what, you mad at me because I don't want to eat some unhealthy food now? Really? Now you just scoffing, walking after your own lust. That's the only things that people should be able to say about you and how you carry and conduct yourself. And really, ultimately, it's just that they have that wicked spirit that's inside of them, man. All right? Because somebody in their right mind should, you know, they should be a lot happier about your, you know, the changes in your life and the things that you've been going through, man. You know, like when you first wake up to this here truth, you come about the world, you know, all your friends disown you and everything else like that. But why do they disown you, man? Because you're not out there doing the folly that they out there doing, man. All right, you don't want to go to the club in the middle of the night and do all these different things. You know, they should be calling you squares and things like that. But hey, that's for righteousness' sake, man. All right, don't be, you know, getting out here where people persecuting you for wickedness' sake, man. Going out here doing just the most, you know, and just to bring this upon the truth, man. You want to go out there and be a damn demon, go out there and be a demon on your own, man. Don't try to tie this to the truth, man. All right, but nevertheless, let's get back into it. You know, because we was going to get into something that I was seeing a lot of, you know, throughout this here week. And as a matter of fact, on my way up here, man, it's just the fact. Let me go ahead and grab this real quick before we get into it. Oh, perfect. Matthew 24 and verse. Let me start it. Shit. Let me read it, all this actually, because these are the times that we're in. All right, Matthew 24 verse 3. It says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? And this is where we at right now, man. Whether you want to believe it or if you don't want to believe it, man. You know, you have a lot of our people that's just closing their ears. They don't want to hear these things, man. They saying prophesying to us smooth things. Tell us everything is going to be all right. Don't tell us we at the end, all right? But, hey, I know it. You know it. Everybody knows it, man. You can feel it. It's like that song, I can feel it in the air in the night. You know, you have all these different things that's going on, man. So people can feel that there's a change that's going on out here in this here world, man. So if you had any kind of wisdom inside of you, you would be asking yourself these questions, man. Like, hey, man, what time is it, man? Spiritually, what time is it, man? What time are we really living in out here, man? We out here in dangerous times out here in the world, man, because you see what's going on out here. People are getting judged left and right with horrible judgments, man. All right, it's no more of you know, people used to say about us, we all doom and gloom and always talking about all these different things, and you know, we got to look on the positive end of everything. But it's like, yo, we to the point now where you can't even hide what's really going on out here. You see these things that's going on out here. You should be saying to yourself, man, what's up with the temperature outside, man? Why is everybody on edge? Why is all these different things going on out here, man? All right, so let's go ahead and read, jumping on down to verse, let me start at verse 6. Well, let me just read on down. It says, verse 4, it says, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. And, you know, going into, you know, we're going to get to it a little further down, these false prophets and things like that, you know, what I was opening up with earlier. All right, you have these people now, you know, again, they trying to paint things as a so-called religious zealots and things like that, man. All right, you know, you have some of these, we even see it amongst the, how you call it, the Hebrew Israelite scenario that's going on with some of these camps. You have some of these camps that's so-called pro-militant and everything else like that. You know, they go out to the gun ranges and things like that, man. All right, but that's nothing more but to just set you up to be, you know, an easy target, more or less to say, man. Because if Esau roll upon you, what they gonna do? Go and pull up your videos? Oh, we heard you was preaching about these type of things, how you hate this place, what you want to do to these Edomites and everything else like that. Then we also got these videos Are you at the shooting range, all right, with your little practicing and your extendo clips and everything else like that? What are you guys planning on doing? Y'all, you're a group and everything else like that, so it's easy for them. You put the whole case together for these people to put you in jail, man. All right, you know how they say stop self-snitching. All right, you see these young jakes that's out here on the internet, snitching on themselves with the drugs, the guns, all right, all kind of things on them, and then all of a sudden either, hey, them street cats go over there and find your location, and then what? You flossing all the little money phones, now they done ran up on you and took your money because why? You didn't self-snitch on yourself, man. Or you, on papers or something like that, then all of a sudden you got a music video with the Dracos all in the video, your parole officer or probation officer see that, now your ass locked back up, and you talking about, man, somebody snitched on me. No, you snitched on yourself, man. You didn't put all these things together, man. So how much more of those that's in this here truth that's preaching certain things, and then they got, videos of them making music videos and stuff with guns on them and stuff like that, extendo clips and everything else like that, or you at the shooting range again. Like I said, man, you self-snitching. At this point, it's not Esau being a damn devil, all right? That's just you being foolish out there, man. Not being wise, not moving, like the scripture say, wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of our time, all right? When this whole truth, it's a lot more than just reading scriptures and things like that, man. It tells you how to live a life, man, how to actually conduct yourself, man, all right? A lot of these things come out of our mouths harsh and everything else like that, but hey, man, there's a time and a place for everything, man. It's not just all macho. You have a lot of people that have a problem with discerning, how to conduct their own self, man. They just think that this is like a cloak to just sit there and be malicious and things like that. This also goes into, to give you an example, how they have the whole movement of these so-called woke men, all right, the Kevin Samuels and all these different people like that that's telling you about these things and high-value men and all these things and how men should be living their lives with these here women out here. And it's just like, yeah, I mean, I hear you and all that, but let's be real. The majority of these men that want to be so-called high-value men and want women to be in a certain lane, all right, they don't even have the scenario to be able to, to have these women in these type of positions, man. All right, you want multiple women, but you can't even afford to feed your damn self, man. To house your damn self, man. You want a woman to respect you and everything else like that, but you always got to call her up for a ride and shit like that, man. All right, and all, just to give an example, man, they got these people out here thinking that, everybody's a so-called high value, just because you a male, you a high value male, but you ain't got no real resources, man. Some people a lot of these guys aren't wise enough to be able to discern wherever they at and to be able to do the certain work, Again, I used to work with somebody that was like that, who used to say, I'm a king, I'm this and I'm that, I'm the shit and everything else like that. But like, bro, you live on in somebody else's house, man, you ain't even got your own bed or your own bedroom, you on a couch. You know what I'm saying? How you talking about some you balling and all these women should be coming to you and doing this and that because you the man and all these different things, but you can't discern. You didn't pick up the information, but that don't really apply to you, bro. You're not that type of dude where these women should be doing anything for you because you can't do shit for yourself, man. You stand on somebody else's couch not even paying no damn rent, man. So how about you level yourself up, man? So the same thing in this here truth, man. You learn some precepts, all right, and then you just want to go around and spew out certain things, but yet you're not changing your life and you're not living a certain type of way. All right, then, what good is it for you if you can so-called teach other people, but you can't even teach yourself, man. All right, so, hey, walking in this here truth, man, that's, like I said, going back to some of these other camps, you telling Jake that stop being niggas in the hood, but yet and still you done put on your fringes and your garment, and you still basically being a nigga in the garment, man. How the hell does that even work out, man? All right, but nevertheless, not getting on too much into these other camps and things like that, but, hey, there's going to be, let me read it again, verse 5. For many shall come in my name, saying I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. All right, leading people astray, man. All right, talking about, they the men of the Lord, they got the truth and everything else like that. But then, again, going into some of these camps, you may have people that's coming into your camps that never picked up a gun, never was gun people and things like that. All right, now all of a sudden you brought them into the camp, and then they see you doing certain of these things, and maybe, you going out to as a group camp to the shooting range. Now all of a sudden they want to pick up a gun and go to the shooting range too. Now all of a sudden some crazy shit pop off and they just think, they the heathens anyway, they the enemies anyway. Now they go and do a shooting or something like that, bringing shame upon the names of Yahweh and Yahushua, man. But they ain't know no better because they was being misled out here, man. All right, but again, this is what I'm saying about, some people just don't know how to discern certain of these things, man. Some things apply, some things don't apply, man. All right, but you got to be able to know how to judge all these things, man. All right, you got to know how to we've all made these mistakes when we all first came into the truth. Like the scripture say, not to cast your pearls before swine. When you first come into the truth, it's sweet in your mouth, it's hot in your belly, man. You want to spew this out to everybody, man. But then you quickly learn, it's like, yo, man, you make more enemies than friends that way, man. It's better off if you just sit quiet and wait for people, you know, like the people in your household and things like that. There's always a time and place. You know, you go and do your videos and things and go out to camp and things like that. But just in your everyday life, you shouldn't be walking around your house throwing scriptures at everybody in your household, man. And then now all of a sudden, you know, you find yourself divorced. All right, you find your kids don't want to talk to you no more and everything else like that because, you know, you got all these different things going on. Hey, you learn real quick about those things, man. There's a time and a place for these things, man. All right, but continuing on in Matthew chapter 24, verse 6, and you should hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. And again, you know, we're at a time like that right now. Let me read the next verse. It says, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. So right now, we have a lot of these wars and rumors of wars taking place on the earth right now, man. You have over there in the, what they call the Baltic regions, all right, the Baltic Sea and everything else like that, where you got NATO over there doing a whole lot of drills. Right there beside Russia, where Russia's, you know, in a conflict with Ukraine, man. So you hear about these things, how do I say, boiling up and boiling over right now in these different places around the globe, man. Again, they should tell you to, you know, check the times that we in. What time are we in? Checking the temperature, man. We're not in the time for to be in the city of mirth, man. We're in a time of, you know, being sober, being vigilant, man. All right, you know, being, you know, discerning how you walking around out here, man. You don't want to be walking around willy-nilly, man. It's just like, you know, a woman don't want to be walking around, you know, with her ass cheeks all hanging out, you know, drunk at 4:30 in the morning around the streets, man. She got to be wise enough to know this ain't the wisest time for me to be walking around like this, because anybody and everybody can just snatch my ass up. Same way in this here truth, man. The devil was you know, going around throughout the earth, seeing who he may devour, man. All right, so hey, you have to know how to walk around in these here times, man, because we're not in the times of you know, us just now getting into our captivity. We're in the times now of us coming out of our captivity, man. We're in the times where Esau's kingdom is coming down. So what? You know, these spirits, you know, this the last time they're gonna be out here like that, man. Just like when Yahweh Shah was on the scene and you know, Legion rolled up and they was like, yo, man, you're not coming to torment us early, are you? And it was like, yes, you know, it's not our time. And it was bugging the hell out, man. All right, so how much more now when we really here at the end, man? These spirits is going around throughout the earth, man. And that's, you know, going into, you know, I'm going to read a little bit more down, but what we going into, the fact of the matter of the times that we living in, man. All right, all these spirits are out here and they all on edge, more or less to say, man. All right, but going back to Matthew 24 and verse 7 again, it says, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. And we may get back to this, you know, Lord's will, we'll see wherever the Spirit lead us. But nevertheless, as far as these famines going on, man, you know, you still having more and more, you know, news articles about the coming, basically economic collapse, man. You know, they got the baby food. They, you know, you can't find the baby food on the shelves no more, man. All right, and again, you know, we can get into it a little later, but you know, with the lack of bread and things like that, what kind of things that brings, man? Imagine a first-time parent, all right, or somebody with a young child need that baby food, and they start panicking and flipping out because now they can't get baby food for their child, and now they put them in a drastic moving, you know, certain types of ways, man. So, hey, you got all these people out here living on edge from a lot of different things that's going on. So, hey, people are not in a stable mindset right now, man. All right, so you have to watch how you walk around here, man. You got all these spirits, again, these spirits are all turned up out here. And you just have to, you know, watch how you maneuver out here, man. Discern the times that we're in, man. All right, all things are lawful but not expedient, man. All right. Continuing on, verse 8. All these are the beginning of sorrows, and that's one of the points I wanted to grab real quick, was the fact that we're here in the beginning of sorrows. In fact, well, I can keep reading. We'll grab something else, but you know, these are all the beginning of sorrows because, like I was just going into, man, the times that we're living in, where the famines, the wars, and the rumors of wars. You know, all these different things, you know, especially with the lockdowns that happened, man. That put a lot of people in a lot of stress into a lot of people. You know, you could say, you know, the terms that we use nowadays in this society, a lot of people are stressed out. Anxiety is all running rampant and things like that. But ultimately, hey, it's a lot more demons out here, man. You have a lot more of this demonic-ass music being played throughout the world and everything else like that. You know, people riding around in their cars with the music all blasting, just putting out these demonic vibrations, man. All right, TV's on and everything else like that. Hey, think about it, man. You walking around with a damn cell phone in your pocket, 24 hours of just streaming music and wickedness and things like that. What do you think this type of vibration is putting on you, man? All right, you know, you have all kind of people doing all kind of different things. Like, let's just say, for instance, Lil Jon music make you want to get crunk and want to fight people. Imagine you listening to that garbage all damn day, man. What type of spirit your spirit would be in at that point in time, man? All right, the same with the people that's just watching all these things on TV, the Bad Girls Club and things like that, whatever the shows are called, loving hip hop, loving basketball wives or whatever the fuck it's called. You know, they watching all these toxic ass reality shows, and that's what they think that they have to go and do. They all constantly fighting and things like that. So hey, you have people that's just on edge out here nowadays, man. All right, these are the beginning of sorrows. Let me continue on reading down. It says, verse 9, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And again, we're coming into that time where they about to bring down that persecution on what? The men of the Lord, man. All right, you're going to be hated for the Lord's name's sake, man. And I can see that coming back around in the woodwork about the so-called religious zealots and things like that. These religious extremists, they think these things to the max. Because look, what are they out here doing, man? Esau's out here pushing wickedness to the far extremes on one side, man. Telling everybody they can go do everything, man. You have the community growing, and you know, all these different things where, you know, a regular person in their regular mind, not even people that come from a religious background, are being bothered by the certain things that you have going on, man. You have a scenario that's going on down here in Florida with, you know, teaching children from grade kindergarten to grade 3 about, you know, whether they can or can't talk about certain subjects. All right, you know, you have people that's flipping out about these things, but what's on the backdrop of all that? Oh, it must be these religious folks that's upholding these things to make it so that we can't talk about these things. We want to push these things on those folks. So guess who's the problem now, man? All right, just like in the New York situation. Oh, he was talking about the oppression of black people and all these different things, and who, you know, who's to go back to all, you know, who is the face that they're gonna go back to, man? Again, they have us out on the highways and the byways trying to link us to these things, man. So hey, man, you have this persecution that's coming down upon us. You're gonna be hated for what? The Lord's name's sake, man, for standing for righteousness, man. Oh, the Lord say, hey, you know, they just had us at the forefront of that too with the juicy juice, man. They say, oh, y'all believe that this has got to go into this and that and so on and so forth. Only those religious zealots believe that, man. Come on, let's just go take the juicy juice and just be done with it. But oh, because of your religion, now we all got to be sick because of your religion and everything else like that, man. All right, so hey, it's coming to a point in time to where, you know, again, it's not being cool to, you know, be a follower of the Lord, man. A true follower of the Lord. I was gonna say to be religious because, you know, we're in a time now where religion is really going off the chart right now, man. But really, it's not the religion or so-called religion. It's not the truth, but it's actually, how do I say, a lot of witchcraft that's going on out here, man. And this is the times that we're living in right now where witchcraft is really on a high level out here, man. All right, and like I said before, you know, you got all these demonic vibrations that's going on from the music, the TV, and things that people are seeing day in and day out, you know. That damn YouTube and WorldStar, man, that, you know, in a sense, that's a huge demon, man. You see somebody do some stupid shit on YouTube or WorldStar and things like that, then what? People want to emulate that, man. What they call it, TikTok challenges, man. You have, you know, let's just say, for instance, the milk crate one or the knockout challenge, man. They had they had one that was recently banned because people was actually killing themselves over these things, man. All right, but hey, nevertheless, man, these are these, you know, this witchcraft is going out throughout the whole earth. That's just running through the minds of these people, man. All right, and if you have something like a violent ass trend like the knockout challenge, how much more, you know, everybody else, man. All right. Nevertheless, hey, and speaking of which, you know, I did a video on this a couple weeks back about these different people. It was like in the news that whole week, which one of these stories came back up in the news last week or this week. You know, about the little boy who knifed up his little girlfriend or knifed up the girl, the cheerleader girl, and everything else like that. Homeboy talking about some, oh, he had demons was telling him to do all these things, man. All right, I don't think the girl was his girlfriend because I think they were saying that his girlfriend was, you know, telling him about that he, you know, he was talking to demons and shit like that, basically. But hey, these people are the ones that's, how you say, opening Pandora's box, and these things happening to them, man. All right, all these people want to be playing around with certain things. You got a lot of people that's doing a lot of things right now, man, because, you know, the vibrations of the earth, you know, it's out of whack, man. You've seen a lot of different things. You know, as the right hand side is increasing, so is the left hand side, man. All right, you have a lot, again, you have a lot of these people out here that's what they do, the Santeria or whatever they call it, you know, lighting these candles and these incense and having all kind of different things going on. And you talk to them, you ask them, they're like, oh no, it ain't witchcraft that we into. Ask them about these different things, but then you look at their life, their whole life is deteriorating around them, man. Only bad things that keep happening around them, man. All right, but look, these are the people that we're living around, man. Oh, so-and-so don't like me. I'm going to put a spell on them so they'll fall in love with me, or I'm going to go and do this and that so they'll know not to fuck with me no more. Hey, man, this is like, you just think about it, man. We've all heard about, hey, look, these women, whenever they try to meet a dude nowadays, oh, what's your zodiac sign, man? All right, you talk to these people talking about all these different things. Just imagine the vibration level that all these people are on right about now, man. All right, so, hey, but when it comes down to this here truth, people hate us for these things, man. So it's not really a lack of religious belief that's on the earth, but it's just more of an abundance of wickedness in this religious beliefs that's going on the earth right now, to where, hey, they hate you for the truth's sake, man. You're going to be hated of all nations for the Lord's name's sake, man. All right. Continuing on, it says, verse 10, and then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another. All right. And that's the point that we want to get into. Let me keep reading on down. And many false prophets shall rise and deceive many, which we got into that as well too. But not just in this here truth of being a Israelite teaching you about that, but you do have a lot of these people that's so-called you know, false religious teachers, man. Whether they want to call themselves religious teachers or not, you know, a lot of the people that's into all these new age religions, they don't look at it as a religion, man. They say, oh, I gotta say my positive affirmations every day. And it's like you basically saying chanting a ritual or chanting a however they call them, little sayings and things like that, man. All right, you trying to so-called manifest certain things. Let me go and do this. Let me go do that. Let me go and meditate. Go do some yoga. Let me go do this. Let me go drink me. You know, back in the olden days when you would watch a cartoon and shit like that, what was they doing? Putting, you know, like when you go to Rite Aid or Walgreens, one of them, they got the little witch's cauldron and things like that. You know, putting together certain herbs and things like that can be beneficial for you. But also, hey, some of these things could be demonic for you, man. Just like how you can put together, like Esau with his pharmakia, he can put together certain pills to stop certain pains and things like that. But then he can also put together certain drugs and chemical compounds to make you lose your mind and be hallucinating and seeing all kind of things out there, man. All right, so, hey, you have all these people that's holistic healings and holistic this and holistic that and all these different things. Not saying that, hey, man, you know, again, like the scriptures say that, you know, roughly paraphrasing about the medicinal uses of the herbs and things like that. But, hey, we know what the majority of these people out here using all these things for, man. All right, they're using it for wickedness, man. And there's an abundance, hey, especially the women that you keep around you, man. A lot of them is heavily into all of this shit, man. Some of them openly broadcast this about what the type of shit that they be into. Oh, I'm this type of person, I'm that type of person, I'm into all these different things. And some of them don't even openly speak about these things, but this is what they doing in the backdrop, man. You might find they got a little altar somewhere and everything else like that, and they do their little thing. They're like, what you doing that for, man? Oh, no, it's just this, it's just that, it's just some incense and everything else like that. But, hey, you know, like I said, man, you look at all these different things. You know, I had a client that was like that, man. All right, you know what I'm saying? And I just so happened to be able to peep the signs of what they had going on. But she had her little ritualistic little stuff she used to have sitting out back and everything. And I just be like, damn, man, this lady tripping. But, again, they don't realize how it deteriorates all the, you know, the vibrations around them. All her plants and things around her house started dying and shit. But, hey, nevertheless, these are the people we live in amongst, man. All right, these false religious leaders and things like that, bringing people to do what? Ultimately looking at Esau and the vibrations he's pushing, the things on the media and things telling these people to do all these different things, leading the people astray for what? Look at the end result of the earth right now. You know, they everybody's in turmoil, everybody's stressed out, everybody's all, you know, and all these people that's, especially these women that be heavy into that shit like that. How come they always strung the fuck out, man? How come they always heavily on drugs or alcohol? How come they ain't never really necessarily happy? Why they always complaining about some shit, man? If everything is so good, if you got this so-called doing all these little seances and things for things to get better, why everything around you is getting worse, man? Some people, it's just like, well, they ain't even really bothered with these things. They ain't got none of that shit to do. They just handle their business and keep it moving, man. But, hey, the love of many is waxing cold. Let's read it. It says, verse 12, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And again, going into the times that we're living in right now, man, you know, again, with the heavy stress, let me go ahead and bring out this here precept real quick. In Isaiah 24, let me start at verse 4, all right? Because let me go back to read this in Matthew 24 real quick. Matthew 24 and verse 12, it says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold, all right? And that's the point that we at right now, man. All right, everybody's stressed out, high-sprung, all right? Everybody, drug consumption is way up off the charts. Alcohol consumption is off the charts. Suicides is off the charts, man. All right, people out here is stressed out, man. People out here is just bugging out and just doing all kind of the worst, man. All right, like I said, I was watching some of these news stories of the things that was going on. Hey, I seen a story the other day where this dude was pumping gas. You know, they caught it on the little gas station camera. Dude pumping gas, and another dude just walking through the parking lot and shit like that, man. Walked right up to the old boy car. You know what I'm saying? And you can see, you know, from where the camera was pointing, you can see him reaching behind his back to pull out a gun. All right, he didn't try to hide the gun or nothing like that. Rolled right up to the car, got up to the passenger door. You know what I'm saying? Pulled the gun out and started pointing the gun inside the car and everything else like that. The driver of the car got out, you know what I'm saying, and shot over the car. They had a little brief shootout at the gas pump. You know what I'm saying? And now look, the whole time there's another lady just pulling up to the gas pump. As soon as she get right up there beside the gas pump is when the first gunshot went off. Boom, right in her direction, man. All right, but it actually wound up hitting the dude who walked up to the car to begin with, man. All right, and he wound up later on running off and dying. But nevertheless, hey, again, what I'm going into, man, it was just a normal day at the gas pump, man, for the person that was in the car, man. They was just pumping gas and some random ass spirit rolled up on their ass, all right, and decided to do some harm to them for who knows what, man. It wasn't like they was like, you know, watching the story. It was like it wasn't a robbery, it wasn't none of this, it wasn't that. This dude just came through the parking lot and decided he wanted to just put a gun up in somebody's face inside the car or whatever, man. Wasn't trying to rob him for nothing, but then all of a sudden the person that was in the car decided to shoot him, man. So let me read it again. It says, oh damn, I dropped it. Salakia. Matthew 24 and verse 12, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. You don't know what these people are going through right about now, man. That's one of the things I tell people, man. Watch how you walk around these people, man. If anything, mind your own business, man. Stay out of your business. No matter what it look like, mind your own business, because you don't know what these people are going through, what these people got going on in their mindsets. All right, what they, you know, they could be, the dude could be on his way home, got a phone call, a butt dial on his phone, that his wife over there getting plowed, and he on his way home, mad as hell. Now all of a sudden he blowing the horn at you in traffic for you to move, and you over there want to start blowing the horn back, but he already got the gun loaded. He about to go kill his wife and blow his brains out. He don't mind killing your ass in traffic, man. So hey, one day, like I just said about the other story, man, you know what I'm saying, all of a sudden you pumping your gas, somebody just come up out of nowhere. You don't know where these spirits is you know, ultimately it's the Lord putting these spirits on all these people, but hey, you don't know what type of spirits you really around, man. That's why it's best for you not to be really out and about in these streets, especially going out to these bars and these clubs where all these spirits is. You know, when you be drinking, you know, you go to liquor stores, sometimes they call it spirits and things like that, man. People getting these spirits on them, man. And again, like I said, drug consumption and alcohol consumption is skyrocketing right now because why? You have, we'll read about it, but nevertheless, you have all these things being shut down. People are losing their jobs. People are losing relationships and things like that, man. Their kids are at home, prolonged from school, man. And, you know, they just stressed out, man. Whether they stressed out about losing their job or stressed out about somebody coming home, bringing them some type of illness and things like that, man, people are living on edge, man. Some people some families are being divided because, let's say the father is getting the juicy juice and the mother isn't with it, or vice versa. So now they got their quarrels and things like that, and now they want to go stab up the children and everything else like that. So, hey, man, we see all these things putting people on edge. So, again, watch how you walk out here, man, because the love of many is waxing cold, man, because iniquity is abounding. Wickedness is thriving out here, man. All these different things is going on, and you think people are going to just sit back and take all these things? No, man, people are strung the fuck out, man. All right, and again, you may not know, you know, when it pop off on you, that's just the icing on the cake, man. You just so happen to look at somebody wrong, man. We had a case here in Florida some years back where an Edomite dude wound up shooting up, I don't know if he killed Jake or not, but wound up shooting up Jake at the red light because Jake pulled up bumping music at the red light, man. But you never know what the hell was going on Eastside mind. He might have just been had. He like, man, I'm tired of your shit rattling my car and everything else like that, and I'm just on the phone trying to have a conversation with somebody in his family that could be dying, arguing with his wife on the phone or something else like that, and all of a sudden he pull up to the light and he hit your car rattling his car, and he just like turned down that crappy rap music. Hey, man, and he just started unloading on Jake, man. All right, and you were thinking just letting, you know, a regular person mind, why the hell would you just start unloading on somebody because they got loud music at the red light? But again, you don't know, that's just the icing on the cake, man. You don't know what was stemming before those scenarios, man. All right, so hey, we're at a time where you know, the love of many is waxing cold, man. All right, everybody's on a short fuse out here. All right, let's read some of the reasons why out here. All right, oh, slap here. This is Isaiah 24. I'm gonna start at verse 3. It says, the land shall be utterly emptied and utterly spoiled, for Yahweh has spoken this word. And that's the ultimate cure for this here place, man. The Lord's gonna have to clean this here whole place up because everybody is pretty much you know, to the max with everything, man. Again, harping on the point, the love of many is waxing cold, man. There's so many people out here that's in you know, they say that I don't give a fuck spirit, man. I don't give a fuck about this. I don't give a fuck about that. And you see how this is really permeating in this society of these people, man. You have parents that don't give a fuck about their kids. I be telling folks all the time, like, hey, man, especially the Israelite women really don't care about their damn kids, man. And you seen this growing up, man, where your mom is more worried, you know, taking your father's child support checks, and instead of getting the kids some new clothes and things that the kids need, the mama out there fresh to death. I always got the kids over at the grandmama house so she can go run the streets and things like that. I know people like that to this same day, man. Got kids that they own but don't have possession of their kids because they want to go out there and go, quote unquote, live their best life. All right, just dump the kids off of somebody else. Now, how you think the kids feel when they be like, well, my parents abandoned me so they can go out there and have fun. Don't nobody care about me. Don't nobody love me. So I'm going to just go out here What do you think kids do, like babies do when they want attention, man? They cry out. They make a whole lot of noise and commotions and things like that. So how much more adolescent child as they're getting older and being ignored by their parents because their parents want to be out here still in the streets, twerking it on Instagram and everything else like that. You know, yeah, you even see some videos online like that, man. The mom and them be over there twerking on the internet on their little phone, and then their little child walk into the screen and call the mom out for these things, man. Then they be like, ooh. But hey, that's the spirit of the Lord on them. The spirit of the Lord put on them children to go and rebuke their parents at that point in time. Man, I've seen plenty of videos like that where it's a little young child, man, less than the age of 4 or 5, man, coming up with, mama, what you doing? Why you over here doing this and why you over there doing that? But she over here looking for attention and things like that. She a big ass child her damn self, man. Don't give a damn about raising their kids up the right way, man. But hey, man, these are the reasons why we tell you, man. Hey, man, you gotta watch the people you have around you, man. If they don't give a damn about they own kids, how much more you think that they care about you, man? Seen another video, this chick was in a damn, I don't know, maybe Walmart or Target, stole some shit, got caught, you know what I'm saying? And now all of a sudden she's screaming and crying, telling some come get me, was all big and bold, talking about some come get me and everything else like that. And then all of a sudden, you know, when the police catch her ass up, she goes start snitching on the person she was with. Oh, I can give you his name, his phone number, where he at, I can give you all this information, just let me go, I don't want to go to jail, man. So, hey, man, watch the people you have around you, man. You shouldn't even have these people, again, you should never be in those scenarios like any of these things anyway, but just going into the people that you carry around you, oh, they ain't all that bad. They do all that shit. I don't do all that shit. But, hey, you might not never know, man. These type of people will, you know, have you in a bad predicament and things like that, man. Because, look, they don't, again, if they don't care about their own kids, they don't care about their damn self, what make you think they care about you, man? All right, the love of many is waxing cold, man. They ain't never had nobody to love them and take care of them. They was always ignoring their whole life. So what they want, attention. All right, all this whole social media. You see all these women on social media, man. These are all red flags, man. All right, you should know that they don't give a damn about you or nobody else. You know, not to really go into this here subject, but the whole Will and Jada situation, man. This nigga should have been left the old girl, man. You think that she really care about you, man, as much as she been embarrassing you, talking about a whole another dead man and how she loved this man and everything else like that. Got your kids talking about the dude that done died, you know, some 20 years ago before the little girl was even born and everything else like that, man. You don't get no respect in your own household, and then all of a sudden, you so-called stand up to so-called defend your old lady, then you wind up getting canceled. You wind up getting outed of your income and your money and everything else like that. Now, you think that she gonna really care about your ass, man? No, she gonna leave your ass out the draw. Oh, this nigga's done and finished up. I might as well go ahead and leave him. So you trying to stand up for this here old lady, you know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, you find yourself on the out, man. All right, and this shit happens day in and day out. Not just, you know, using that as an example, but not just that example. But, hey, man, you may be somewhere, let's say in a restaurant, a bar or something like that. You and your old lady all up in somebody else's face. Now, you got to go stand up to defuse the scenario. You want to get into a brawl. Maybe you get knocked out. Maybe you get hurt. Maybe you get killed or something like that. Or, you know what I'm saying, if that don't happen, you get arrested, and then she still leave your ass, man. All right? Again, all these judgments is going forth right about now, man. But yet and still, what? People don't want to take heed to these things, man. They still want to be out here playing with these damn demons, man. All right? Let's continue on. Verse 4 says, the earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languished and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish, man. And these proud people are being brought down low, man. All right? You know, the Most High is really doing a number on a lot of these people. But, hey, ultimately, man, again, watch, really just be to yourself, man. All right? If you're not around other people, other like-minded people in this truth, be to yourself, man. Because, again, at any point in time, these people is willing to throw your ass under the bus, or to put you, or how they would say, use you as a human shield, man, to deflect certain things, man, get you set up for certain things, man. All right, we see it day in and day out. Like I said, I've seen a lot of different videos this week on a lot of people catching judgment, man. Just from, not saying being in the wrong place at the wrong time, but being in the wrong spirit, more or less to say. Being around these types of people. You had that dude, what's his name, Benzino. Wound up, it wasn't his baby mama or something like that. It was his baby mama, but she done moved on and was with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And he done rolled up on her. And then you got him, this nigga just looking like a straight fool out here, man. All right, crying and shit, like all these different things going on. But hey, man, this judgment is going forth, man. But the Lord will use all these different vessels around you, all right, to, you know, if you allow these people to be around you, man, to plague you, man, put you in all these messed up scenarios, man. So, hey, with this one, he trying to keep cleaving onto this woman. Like, if he was wise and smart, he'd be like, look, maybe I shouldn't be around this here woman, man. But yet and still, this here woman is bringing all these trials and tribulations into your life, more or less to say, man. Instead of just leaving her ass the fuck alone, man. You just digging yourself deeper and deeper and deeper, man. So, hey, man, watch how you carry yourself. Watch how you move around these people, man. Because if we're not in the time, the love of many is waxing cold, man. All right, because all this here wickedness is going forth, man. All right, continuing on. It says the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, and broken the everlasting covenant. And hey, even going into your own household, man, you seeing families being broken apart over the community scenario, man. You know, you might have a father who, you know, want to be in his kid's life and everything else like that, and be a good parent, but because now you have pushing for rights for the communities and things like that, and they're trying to brainwash folks with all these different things, and a mom wants some attention and things like that. Now all of a sudden she wants to start dressing her son up as a little, you know, something that a little boy shouldn't be dressed up as. We'll just leave it at that. Now the father can't even say nothing about these things, man. All right, because why? They didn't change all the laws, the ordinance. You can't even say nothing about that. They look at you as what they call toxic masculinity, man, for standing up for righteousness. Now I don't want my son wearing that would pertain to a woman, man. He shouldn't be doing all these different things. The little boy don't know no better. He only 5 years old, man. He only know what you teaching him. But guess what? That again, going back to that mother, she want the attention. So look, you know, if you're a mother and you got some kids, some regular ass kids, you don't stand out like no sore thumb. But then you a mother now, and you got a kid that's a part of this community, and then everybody gonna give you all the praise, and I'm so proud of you for coming out and being strong and everything else like that. So she's feeding off their attention, man. All right, so what do you think she's gonna wind up doing, man? All right, so hey, again, you have to, hey, they didn't change the way things is being done out here nowadays. You can't say certain things about, you know, this here wickedness that's going on, these abominations going on, and what, you know, real fathers, real men are being separated from their families, and what, they're putting them on edge. So now it's like, you know what, this woman and took my kids away from me, got my boy out here dressed up like this and everything else like that, and called the police on me. Now they got me losing my job and stressed out. Hey man, this dude might be liable to go home and off the whole damn family, man. All right, so hey, again, you gotta watch who you got around you, type of you know, your homie and shit like that, or your homegirl, well, not really your homegirl, but you know, your homie and shit like that got some problems with him and his old lady. Hey man, mind your business, man. Don't go up into they shit you got going on, because then that might get you caught up into some shit, man. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden now, so you go over there hanging out with them and they drama, and somebody else, she might have another dude on the side come shoot up the whole damn place, and you caught in the middle of all that shit, man. Because you got your nose in their business. Nah, but that ain't my business, but y'all go handle y'all business. I'm gonna go handle my business, man. All right, but hey, these are the times that we living in, man. Let's continue reading on. It says, verse 6, therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. And again, that's the ultimate cleaning of the slate. But jumping down, it says, the new wine mourneth, divine language, the merry hearted do sigh. Again, we living in times now where what? You know, hyperinflation, people are losing jobs, people are heavily stressed out. Again, like I said, you know, they're ripping the families apart from what the new laws that they're implementing, these new changes they putting in place and everything else like that. All right, the merry hearted are sighing now, man. You know, people was making a lot of money from, you know, certain investments. Now these investments are going down, or hell, now you got your kids at the house, you know, 24 hours a day, and now, you know, your parent, you seen this shit, man. The mamas was on YouTube and stuff like that. Like, please, teachers, y'all important. Take these kids back. We tired of being around our kids 24 hours a day, man. You know, when you go to work and things like that, you know, you at least get to get out the house and get from around your woman and shit like that, man. But yet and still, you know, now you working at home. I know somebody personally that's like this. It's like, well, they got us working from home, but now I'm in the house with my wife, you know what I'm saying, and she's taking care of the kid, because she's, you know, almost like a stay-at-home mom. You know what I'm saying? She can also work from home, but she's pretty much a stay-at-home mom. But then she see me sitting on the couch doing my work, and maybe because I'm not, you know, actively doing something, physically doing something, or actively out the house at work, she think that I got time to sit here and help her out with the kid. Now she getting mad at me, like, look, man, you wouldn't have me here right now. So now they arguing back and forth over these things. But guess what? Bringing more and more turmoil into the house, all because of what? The lockdowns. Now they working at home. Now they arguing over things that they wouldn't even have been arguing about beforehand, and she just don't see these things, man. So ultimately, like I said, man, everybody's on edge right about now, and so at the snap of a dime, man, people could just flip the fuck out on your ass, man. All right, that's why I say, hey, it's best to just be alone. Mind your business. Whenever you see certain things going on in the store, people bugging out, hey man, back up off of them. Let them have them. All right, just keep it moving, man. It ain't the time where you to be sitting there like, you know, people be seeing certain things happening, and all of a sudden they want to go out there and start videotaping and things like that, and then all of a sudden they want to see what's going on. The next thing you know, you are what they call a casualty of, or collateral damage, man. You didn't got shot because you wanted to go over there and start videotaping what's going on. Oh, I hear a fight over there. Let me go see what the hell going on. Nah, man, we in these times where you start hearing some how you say, some shit boiling over somewhere else. Hey, you know what? Let's pack up and go down that way, man. They got some things going on over here. They got some things going on over there. Hey, man, like last week, as a matter of fact, they had an accident over here on the corner, and I happened to close up right at that point in time. Like, you know what? Let me go ahead and get up out of here, because now, you know, things was kind of decent beforehand. Well, it was kind of quiet over there beforehand, but then they got the police involved, And I guess today was talking about who was at fault and everything. But nevertheless, things just started boiling out of hand after the police got there. But then, you know, it went from a calm situation to an uncalm situation. I was like, you know what? I don't want to see how this shit ends, because all of a sudden the police might pull his gun out trying to shoot one of these motherfuckers over here, and I get caught, and you know, well, let's just pack up and go. It's not no time to be sitting over here watching and everything else like that, man. So, hey, you got to watch how you move out here, man. Everybody's strung the fuck out here, man. All right, look, we at the end of this here thing where everything is closing down. All right, this here place is slowing down. Let me keep reading, as a matter of fact. Verse 8. Verse 7 again. The new wine mourneth, the vine languish, all the merry-hearted do sigh. The mirth of tabrets cease, and the noise of them that rejoice endeth. The joy of harp ceases. They should not drink wine with the song, and strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. All right, you know, and again, people aren't really drinking nowadays to be rejoicing, man. You know what I'm saying? You might go out to the bar where you used to go to the bar at nighttime and go drink, turn up, and everything else like that. But nowadays, you know, people are going to the bar to wallow in their sorrows, man. Now you go out to the bar and everything else like that, and homeboy at the bar just waiting for a fight to get into, man. He 5 shots in and everything else like that. You might just, you know, roll up and want to grab something for the bartender and stuff like that. Why you looking at me all weird? Like, I ain't even see you over there. You got an attitude with me now? All of a sudden, there's a fight that break out, man. He might be up in the bar with a gun or something else like that, all mad at his old lady. Again, you don't know what the hell you walking into, man. And these people, these demons that's on these people, man, it's to a whole other level, man. You got women over here calling they man while they on the phone getting clapped up and everything else like that. And you see what I'm saying, man? The type of wickedness that's going on in this here society. Hey, man, because we at the end all be all, man. You got these demons out here, and this is the end all result with these things, man. Continuing on, it says, the city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. All right, and again, you know, the grinding ceasing. All right, all these different things like that, man. Hey, man, these people are on edge, man. I done lost my job. I've been out at the factory for 42 years. I was 6 months away from retiring, and all of a sudden they didn't fire me, laid me off, and I don't get none of my benefits, none of my perks and everything else like that. Or I got a kid that was going to college, just started college, now they got to come back home, and I got to listen to this. I got to look at my old lady of being a failure because I can't make ends meet. All right, all these things drive people crazy, drive people mad. Then all of a sudden, you know, people want to lash out at certain things, man. And you don't want to be, you know how they say, there's a term for where you come home, you done got shitted on at work. Now you want to come home and beat your wife. Your wife want to go and beat the kids want to go and beat the animals and shit like that because, hey, everybody getting shitted on from top down, man. All right, but these aren't the times to be sitting out here and, how do I say, be enjoying the regular day at hand, man. We're living in dark days, man. All right, where we're living where, hey, man, you got to watch all your steps, man. Because at the end all be all, you got these demons just rolling around out here, man. All right, continuing on. It says, there's a crying for wine in the street. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. That's the point I wanted to get at. Hey, man, all the joy is gone out of this here land, man. All right, you got people that's still over here looking for a good time, looking to go party and everything else like that, man. You should be, you know, how they would say, moving like more or less like a celebrity or something like that, or like a rapper, man. These rappers, you see them just leaving outside of their little concerts and things like that, and they trying to get up in their little bulletproof whip and get the hell up out of there, man. They not trying to be all out there with the fans and waving and shaking hands and everything else like that because they know, man, hey, man, like they say, being a rapper in 2022 is like one of the most dangerous jobs, man, because everybody always trying to break into, you got the what's his name, the baby who just shot another motherfucker, man. All right, somebody had trespassed and jumped his wall, man, so he wound up shooting this dude. But again, you got, like I said, you got to live like how they living, man. You don't know if they coming up to you to try to snatch your chain, take your life. All right, what they trying to do to you, trying to get you know, they come up to you with the cell phone out, trying to get that world star moment and everything else like that, man. It's best for you to just be pushing on, man. You see, again, like you see them when they be moving, how they be moving, they just not trying to stop and shake no hand. They just trying to get the hell on, man. All right, you got a lot of these people that's out here just willy-nilly out in the streets, all right, not being mindful of the times that we living in, and these are the things that's happening to them, man. Oh, let's go to the big St. Patrick's Day festival, the new Easter festival with all these crowds of people, and then all of a sudden, again, alcohol is induced, the spirits get onto these people, man. Somebody took somebody else's parking space, all right, somebody didn't spill somebody else's drink, all right, somebody playing their music a little too loud, and all of a sudden there's a big-ass brawl, people shooting, and you know what I'm saying? Hey, these are the times that we living in. Oh, you don't want to wear a mask around us, you know, in certain places. Hey, people are still brawling over those things at the restaurants and things like that, man. All right, so, hey, you know, they just had somebody got shot in a store. I forgot what state it was in, but nevertheless, they got shot in a store over being asked to wear a mask, man. The clerk asked the person to wear a mask inside the store. The person got pissed and shot the damn clerk, man. You see what I'm saying? So, hey, watch how you moving out here, man. We in a time with these spirits, the love of many is waxing cold, man. It ain't nothing but a bunch of demonic ass spirits rolling around in this bad boy. Let me grab this other precept real quick. This is oh, I can grab this other precept too. Matter of fact, let me grab that precept instead. This is in going into the city of confusion is broken down. All right, this is 2nd Ezra 5 or 2nd Ezra 6. Matter of fact, let me grab something. 2nd Ezra 5 real quick. Yeah. 2nd Ezra 5 and 8, as a matter of fact. It says, then shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be oft sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their place, and mischievous women shall bring forth monsters. All right, hey, you do have scenarios where you do have wild animals attacking people and things like that. It's hilarious. You be seeing like some folks getting attacked by either a swarm of birds, pack of dogs, and things like that, man. All right, but nevertheless, going into these women bringing forth monstrous children, man. All right, again, look at the generation that we have on the earth nowadays, man, with these children, man, seeking clout and attention. Really, it's attention, man, because again, like I was saying earlier, their parents they put them in front of a tablet, they put them in front of a damn whatever, and let their ass go, because they out there trying to get their own attention up, man. But nevertheless, you have these children that's out here looking for attention, and guess what? Just like a baby do, he got to be the loudest in the room to get attention. That's why babies cry all extra loud. They don't know how to properly formulate a sentence and relay the message, hey, I want some attention, so they just cry. They cry and get all loud and everything else like that. So how much more these little children that's, only been shoved an iPad in front of their face the whole time. Now they want some attention, so guess what they go and do? They go and become school shooters and things like that, man. Go on these wild ass, all these wild ass escapades and demonic little things that they be doing, man. Taking police on high-speed chases and things like that. All right, doing certain things, knockout challenge, knocking on old people's doors and knocking them out and shit like that. All for what? Attention, likes, and things like that on the social media sites, man. All right, these are these monstrous children that's being brought forth, man. All right, and what? They don't have, let me read this next verse as well, too. Because we talk about this going into the truth, but hey, like I said earlier, along with this here truth, it teaches you how you should be living, man. All right, so jumping down, verse 9. And salt water shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another, and then shall wit hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself into the his secret chamber. So, hey, along with this here truth goes forth of how you should be living, how you should be walking, and everything else like that. How to be, quote unquote, good citizens, more or less to say, man. But yet and still, without this here truth that's going forth, you have, like you see, a lot of these children being born out of wedlock. A lot of fathers not being in the household. That's the first authoritative figure, man. And a lot of these men being raised up by single mothers, and it's turning them into these soft men, all right, and these overly aggressive women, all right. So what do you think is going to happen out here, man, with these children that's being brought up, man? They don't know how to properly, like I was saying about the children, they don't know how to properly voice, certain things that they got going on in their mind. You see a lot of these hood dudes and things like that. They think being masculine and being a male, hey, fuck you, nigga, and all that screaming and all that. Like, bro, that's really a spirit of a woman, man. All right, men ain't really supposed to be all loud and clamorous like these things like that, man. But what, they was brought up by these here women, but yet and still, hey, because what, the truth ain't out here. All right, you being raised up by what, the TV, the Bad Girls Club, man, or all them little shows. I don't know what the hell they got going on nowadays, but you see all these things to where you see the people being portrayed on TV. Oh, if somebody was to try me like that in a restaurant, I'm gonna take my glass and throw it in their face, and now we're gonna be fighting in a restaurant. We're gonna take it there. We're gonna do that. Then the dudes be like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna air it out. I got the Draco. All they see is music videos where everybody rolling around with guns. All right, everybody having shootouts. They got problems with their so-called quote-unquote ops. You know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden, now they got that one boy from Chicago that got killed, man. All right, he went up and seen another dude and started a fight with him. The other dude wound up shooting him and killing him, man. Now everybody want to know when his other homeboy finna go what they call sliding for him, man. Oh, when you gonna slide for your homeboy? They ain't had no real training, no real guidance in their house, a real father in their household. And this is what's going forth by bringing up these monstrous children, man. You don't think that this back and forth gonna go on forever until the whole neighborhood is dead, tit for tat, tit for tat. You killed my homie, I killed your homie, you killed my homie, so on and so forth, till we all fucking dead, man. Instead of saying, you know what, my homie shouldn't have been out there swinging on somebody else. He was out there being on some fuck shit, and that's the judgment he got. Let's just leave it at that, man. All right, but yet and still, they ain't had no real training going up in this society. So, hey, what you think is gonna happen, man? All right, you setting these children up for like a powder keg, man, ready to explode, man. All right, they've all walking time bombs, more or less to say, man. That's, again, going back into these times that we living in, man, with these spirits is walking around, man. There is no guidance. There is no truth out here, man. Everybody's just living willy-nilly, man. They want to live a lawless life, man. Now, when you don't follow the law, statutes, and commandments, let me grab this precept real quick. This is Ecclesiastes 12. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. All right, and so, hey, you know, we talk about the law, statutes, and commandments, you know, and a lot of people, they buck up against these things, but then you flip it to them and ask them, like, hey, man, what would life be like without law, statutes, and commandments? You know, whether we talking about the Most Highs or we talking about just like Esau's, man. What type of society would you live in if there wasn't no stop signs, man? It'd be a bunch of chaos, man. No red lights and everything else like that. Hey, man, I seen this the other day. You know, it was something spiritual that I just thought of. I seen this the other day, you know, coming down the street on a busy-ass road. You know what I'm saying? The red light was kind of out. You know what I'm saying? So, like, the main highway of traffic was going one direction, but the people at the cross, you know what I'm saying, because the light was out, basically, they was never going to get across that damn light. Like, it's so much traffic and cars be coming so often that these people, just because there's no order at this here intersection, these people are never going to be able to get out in traffic, man. They're going to just be sitting there for hours on end, man. All right, because this is a busy-ass intersection, and the people that's got the mainstay, all right, they're not finna stop and all of a sudden let us just go and do things decently and in order, let these people go and then let them people go. No, that's why you have to have law, statutes, commandments. So in that sense, you know, in Esau's sense, they had a red light there to judge that intersection. All right, we didn't judge. These cars can go for this amount of time, and these cars can go for that amount of time, you know. Keep things in decently and in order. But we just read about how, fearing the Most High and keeping his commandment is the whole duty of man. All right, and everything will flow, like traffic will flow smoothly, more or less to say, to give you an example. But people want to live a so-called lawless life. They want to do whatever they want to go and do and live however they want to live, man. All right, they want to go out here and do the most, and then they wonder why everything is all turned upside down. All right, they want to wonder why everything is all out of whack. Like we just read about the how the people of the earth do sigh. They're wondering why these things are the way that they are. Let me find this. This is hang on. Drop this here preset. Give me 1 second. Here we go. This is Proverbs. Let me start up a little bit. Proverbs 30 and 11. It says, "There's a generation that curseth their father and doth not bless their mother." All right, and that's the beginning of all these situations we're in now. About, you know, we just read about bringing forth these monstrous children. All right, it says, "There's a generation that curseth their father." You know, when you look at a lot of these different people, again with these scenarios of all these so-called woke men nowadays, and these women and everything else like that, and you know the backlash of against feminism and things like that give rise to these channels like Kevin Samuels and things like that, and Fresh and Fit and all these different things. Fresh and Fit is a great example of all this wickedness, man. And this shit is like, it's just sad to see all these different things. But all these people that they have, that was highly spiritual. They had written in the back of their window, "Keep your American spirit." But nevertheless, hey, that's the spirit of folly. That's exactly what we're going into, man. All right, that was just the spirit that they just rolled by with that in the back of their window. But nevertheless, hey, the spirit that be on these damn women that be on the Fresh and Fit show, going out there doing all that madness and everything else like that. I guarantee if you was to survey all those women, you ask them, did you have your father in your household? The majority of these women would be like, nah, they never had no family, father in their household. This is why they can't see themselves respecting no man. All right, you know, you ask them, you know, as a trick question, name me the men that you show the most respect to that's around you right now. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, the majority of the women, I don't respect no man. Whether they be married, have a boyfriend or anything else like that, they ain't going to name them. They're not going to name, you know, if they a little slick, they may name their son. But really, they don't really respect their damn son, because if they did, they would have his father around teaching him certain things, man. Not bad-mouthing his father around him and in front of him and everything else like that, man. All right? If they really had respect for them, or they would say for their own father. But a lot of them didn't have their father in their household, man. This is what's growing up into these people where they have this here mindset that they have nowadays, man. All these women, all they want is, and that's, you know, you see it psychologically. This is why they do all this little attention type shit, because they're seeking male validation, man. All right, they didn't get it started out with their fathers, so now guess what? They have to go and try to find it from every Tom, Dick, and Harry. So they constantly on the internet posting up ass shots and on the internet and everything else like that, trying to get all this validation from men. All right, they could be happily in a relationship with a man to provide everything, but guess what? They still want that validation from other men. All right, because they didn't have their father in their household, man. Same with these men with these here women, man. All right, they didn't have the validation from their mothers growing up. You know, you had a time where it was mama boys and everything else like that, but that wasn't really that was part of the single mother situation. But as far as actually seeing your mother and your father together, all right, you know, they blasted your boy Cam Newton over that, talking about these boss babes and everything else like that. He's like, nah, a boss babe or whatever take care of their own. But he prefaced it by saying, I seen my mother and my father being married for 40 years together. So he want a woman that's like that, where they still together 40 years down the pipeline. He had a good example of those things. But most people, and everybody was in shock and in awe of all those things. But then you ask those people that's in shock and that, where was your father at? Was your parents together? And they all tell you no, man. So they want to all be turned out like them, man. Bringing forth, again, a monstrous generation, man. Let's continue reading about this here generation. Proverbs 30 and 11. It says, there's a generation that curses their father and doth not bless their mother. There's a generation that is pure in their own eyes and yet is not washed from their filthiness. And so, hey, they're pure in their own eyes. Let me read this next one. There's a generation, oh, how lofty are their eyes and their eyelids are lifted up. So, hey, man, they're pure in their own eyes, and then they proud, man. They're walking around, it's like, yo, whatever I do is fine by me. You know, this is one of your favorite sayings. You can't judge me. Who are you to judge me? Oh, don't judge her for doing this and doing that, man. That's another thing that they be saying, you know, they like to try to say about these women and their little body counts, man. Oh, you can't tell her this, and that. So y'all be going to call people for this, and that. Hey, man, it is what it is, man. All right, you know, there's a certain point in time where it's like, yo, you know, some people are just calling you names about certain things without facts, but there are certain things, you know, a woman could call a man broke just because she in her feelings about certain things, but then there's another point in time where this nigga really ain't got no funds, no resources. By fact, this nigga broke. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, you have this in society where everybody is what? Pure in their own eyes. You want to test this out? Go to these women, ask them to rate themselves as on a 1 to 10 scale. 9 times out of 10, they gonna all say, oh, I'm a 10, I'm a dime, I'm a 9.5, I'm a this and I'm that. You know, they pure in their own eyes. Why I gotta bring something to the table and everything else like that? Because they think that they already got everything you supposed to be providing for them, man. All right, but they don't realize they supposed to be the helpmeet, man. All right, they supposed to be the one that's adding on onto you. All right, yeah, you bring forth the provisions and things like that, but nevertheless, hey, man, this here generation, they all pure in their own eyes, man. They all think that they the baddest of this and they the baddest of that. They think that everybody owe them something, man. All right, everybody got to outshine the next person and everything else like that, man. So it's a, how you say, it's a competition of who can outshine who. Because going back to what? They wasn't raised up, let me go back a couple verses. All right, because they all seeking attention at the end of the day, man. Going back, Proverbs 30 and 11, there's a generation that curses their father and that does not bless their mother. So again, now they out here seeking, how do I say, attention and validation, because why? Their parents didn't abandon their ass from the youth. So now, again, they seeking attention, man. You go get these people psychological examinations and things and ask them why they do all the things that they do. Ask these women that's got a billion different ass shots, face shots, and everything else on her Instagram and all these different things. Why does she do these things? If you was to get to the bottom of this, it's because she's seeking male validation. She ain't never really had her father show her real love and attention and bring out other things inside of her besides what she looked like. First time she got attention like that was when she started to develop in school and the boys started noticing her and stuff like that. Then she started realizing, oh, this make me feel good. It's the only time I ever got this type of attention, man. All right, and same with these dudes out here, man. Only time they got some attention is when they were so-called dripped out and everything. So now what they out here doing, man? Doing the most just to go get the so-called bag, just to get this female validation, this female attention and things like that, man. All right, and they trying to come up the fast way and everything else. That's why they want to be dope boys and, you know, be seen in this certain limelight, man. But nevertheless, hey, this is that generation. Again, they're pure in their own eyes, man. They think that whatever they doing is fine. If they didn't, they would be making a change in their life, man. How often do you see people that's in a fucked up situation, whatever they doing, and actually try to change these things, man? You have these people that's, how they call it, that's obese and things like that say, oh, you fat shaming me. You doing this and you doing that. Nah, how about you take responsibility for the things that you doing, all right? And you know, take some accountability for those things, man. All right, hey, we spoke on it a little earlier about the Jada Pinkett situation, man. Pure in her own eyes, man. I was looking at that scenario. I was like, you know what? Going back to the whole scenario with her and that boy, you know, she kept coming up with other words, she was having an entanglement. No, why don't you just call it what you was doing? You was being unfaithful to your husband, all right, and you know, being adulterous, man. But you don't want to call it those things. You don't want to say you was being unfaithful and everything else. You want to be pure in your own eyes, so you create a whole nother word for these things, man. Oh, I'm not a porn star. I'm an OnlyFans model, or I'm an Instagram model, man. Pure in their own eyes, but they just out here doing all this here wickedness, man. And you think that these people, again, that don't give a damn about their own self, you think they really care about you? You think that they really got the best benefit for you, man? They don't. Again, these goddamn these women out here doing the worst of the worst. I seen this bitch today in the grocery store, grandmama's age, man. All right, got the little bow ties behind her little ass cheeks and everything tatted on her legs, man, the back of her legs. I'm like, yeah. See, she ain't had nobody teach her when she was growing up. Now she's somebody's grandmama, still in the damn grocery store, got these little bow ties hanging out the backside. Everybody looking at that shit like, yeah, we know what the fuck that's there for, man. But now your grandbaby got to see all these different things, man. You don't know what type of bullying and things that's gonna bring upon them when they get older, man. All right, you know, doing all these OnlyFans things. That's when, you know, they have documentaries about how OnlyFans is ruining some of these people's lives, and after they do these for a little certain point in time, that's all that they known for, man. Now you got kids, your kids got to go to school, and had this one porn star who was all going through. Apparently she got pregnant, and they was blasting her and making all these memes about her and her kid and everything. They had a bunch of memes about what's it like when this chick's child gonna be born. They kept showing videos of them going down a little water slide and things like that, man. Again, this is how monsters are created. You know, they wind up being tormented by the things in your actions that you've been doing, man. The love of many waxing cold. You didn't think about what you know, your actions was gonna do to your future generations, and so guess what happened? Now all of a sudden your kids are being rebuked for the things you wound up doing, man. Now your kids became a damn school shooter because he got tired of being bullied day in and day out, man. But yet and still, as a parent, you pure in your own eyes. I can do whatever I want to go and do. Don't judge me for these things, man. But then you wondering why your kid over here taking all these drugs, shooting up, cutting himself and everything else like that, then ultimately go off the whole damn school, man. You didn't think about these things, man. But what? There's a generation. Let's read it again. Proverbs 30 and 12. There's a generation that are pure in their own eyes, and yet is not washed from their filthiness. So there is no accountability for these people, man. They don't say, you know what, let me change my ways, let me change the things that I was doing, let me fix these things, man. But yet and still they want to keep doubling down and doubling down and doubling down, man. And again, you know, going back to the Will Smith scenario, that was a prime example of what happens when you don't take accountability for the things that you've been doing, man. That family been taking L's since the fact of the matter, the homegirl got exposed for having this so-called entanglement with this dude, man. Then had her man on the little red table talk, telling us she did it because she wanted to feel good again. Instead of just saying, you know what, I fucked up. My bad. You want to keep, he had to bring it out like, you did what? Wait, let's say what you did, not an entanglement. I had a thing. She couldn't even say it. She couldn't even be accountable for the things that she was doing, man. No accountability, man. All right. It says, verse 13, it says, there's a generation, oh, how lofty are their eyes and their eyelids lifted up. All right. They're just proud in their own damn ways, man. All right, walking around, you can't tell me shit. You can't tell me how to live. You can't tell me how to do this. You can't tell me how to do that. But let's just check the temperature of the world, man. Are the civilians of the world, the United States, getting better or worse? Is it a better time out here in these streets, or is it a worse time out here in these streets, man? Seen a video of this dude over here taking pictures of a little child and shit like that, telling me, oh, he thought that the little kid was cute or whatever, man. But yet and still, because you have certain things that's flourishing, certain communities being able to flourish and things like that, this is what you got to deal with nowadays, man. You can't even be like, yo, man, you know, you can't say nothing about these things, man. These people have free reign to do all the type of things like this, man. All right? You can send your kids to school half-ass naked because they got a right to be able to express themselves however they want to express themselves. And now all of a sudden you got the teachers freaking off on them because your kids come to school half-ass naked and things else like that, man. All right? Hey, they're pure in their own eyes and all proud as hell about all these things, man. It says, there's a generation whose teeth are as swords and their jaw teeth as knives to devour the poor from off the earth and the needy from among them. All right, hey, that's again going into that I don't give a fuck spirit, man. All these people that's walking around out here, they don't really give a damn about the next man, man. Oh, screw them, let them have that. Let's, you know, we ain't really worried about them over there, man. All right, again, this is the type of people you will have that can go and do certain things like the knockout game, man, or whatever, you know, knocking on people's doors and knocking out old ladies at the front door and shit like that, man. These are these damn monstrous children that's being brought forth because why? They didn't bless their fathers, all right, they curse out their mamas, all right? This is the generation that we're living in, man. Well, a bunch of damn demons that's rolling around out here, man. All right, so let's get back. Second Esdras Let me read that again. Second Ezra, oh wait, yep, 5 and 8. It says, there shall be confusion in many places, and the fire shall be oft sent out. And again, the wild beasts shall change their places, and menstruous women shall bring forth monsters. You can't tell me that it's not the generation that we're living in right about now, where all these little kids, what they call baby kids out here, man. They're like, we don't die, we multiply. You know, and that's all that they doing. You have children begetting children, man. All right, young ass kids getting more kids, and then what, they dumping them off on their grandmamas and everybody else like that. And you a grandma now at 35 years old, man. All right, but hey, this is the generation that we at now. But hey, the Lord's gonna have to ultimately, let me read that real quick. Have to ultimately speed this here place up, because why? This is getting worse and worse and worse out here. This is Matthew 24 and 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no nor ever shall be. All right, because hey, things is waxing worse and worse and worse, man. We at the end, like the scripture say, her sins have reached us unto heaven, man. All right, this is the cup is almost full. All right, so hey, this is the you know, the how they say, you're about to exceed the limit. All right, the weight limit and things like that. So now all of a sudden, you know, wickedness is multiplied to the infinite at this point in time, man. All right, it says, and except those days should be shortened, there shall be no flesh saved, but for the elect's sake, those days should be shortened. And, you know, hey, the elect's out here sighing and crying for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof, man. It's almost to the point, you know, like Lot was vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, man. Day in and day out, man. You'll drive yourself nuts if you even just open your mouth out here because of all the wickedness that you see going on, man. Like I said, I seen the old lady in the damn store, somebody grandmama with the damn bow ties. I'm like, man, you too old for this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Be walking around with your ass cheeks hanging out, bow ties. You like somebody literal grandmama, not a young grandmama, an old grandmama. Your kids is in their 30s right about now. You over here walking around like this, all right, all embarrassed. And another old ass lady got her goddamn booty shorts on, box all hanging out, and her man over there trying to cover the shit all up and mad because everybody looking at her all she in the store, but she want attention, man. And then another one in the damn grocery store with a little girl like this, and just all plagued, man. So if you was to Salakia for the damn noise, I don't know what these people over here doing, but nevertheless, you see all this here abominations that's going on out here. So if you was to just sit here and, how I say, complain about the wickedness that's going forth, let me grab that precept as a matter of fact. Man, you drive yourself nuts out here, man. All right, this is, I think it's in Habakkuk. This is, yeah. Let me read this real quick. This is Habakkuk chapter. Let me just read a little loud. Habakkuk chapter 1 and verse 1. It says, "The burden which Habakkuk the prophet did see." All right, hey, and that's just like how we are right now, man. If we could sit here and write down all the wickedness that we see day in and day out, man, we'd have a goddamn encyclopedia full of wickedness, man. All right, like I said, man, you can sit here and talk about all the different things. Man, I remember saying one time before, man, we had a time where we living it now, where we can see more ass and titties in the damn grocery store than in the strip club, man. And that's pure wickedness, man. You shouldn't be having to do all these type of things, man. And the even sadder part about it is a lot of the time these women is out with they man like this, man, walking around half-ass naked and they man right there with them, man. Emasculating that man in front of them because you know that everybody over there looking at your old lady and what, he gonna say something? All right, he might say something, and then all of a sudden there's a brawl that's going on because all because she wanted attention. And these women, again, going back to being pure in their own eyes, they would say, oh, I don't dress up for all these men like that. I dress up for my own self. Well, keep your ass in the house if that's what you're doing it for your own self, man. Hold tight. But yet and still, you know, they're pure in their own eyes. They want to, you know, get this here attention from everybody else, you know, but then they'll make up these excuses. Oh, I dress like this for myself. I don't dress like this for other men to be looking at me. But then you know what type of attention that it brings, man. You know the type of shit that it's doing, you know, how do I say, what type of attention it's bringing. So now, like I said, you out and about with your man, and your man is all, you know, having to be frustrated because he know that everybody checking this woman out. Every time they walking down the sidewalk, walking past some men, they look back and the dude over there checking out his old lady, taking little pictures of his old lady from the side and everything else like that. She go to the bathroom, everybody hitting on her now. He just stressed the fuck out over this day in and day out, man. All right, but then on the flip side, you also see this in a damn grocery store again. These little bitty ass girls, man, walking in the damn store with their parents, man. Fathers can't say nothing. A lot of these, you know, again, these be them damn Edomites. Cause I was gonna say a lot of times Jake don't even have their father in their household, but these Edomites be in the damn in the grocery store. All right, they children be in the grocery store with their damn ass cheeks all hanging out. But then you got Doug or Daryl, their father, and everything else like that. He too much of a damn cuck to even say anything about it, man. And then wonder why your kids all getting touched up on when they go to school and everything else like that, or go missing, or the dude down the block, you know, the dude from Family Guy over here, Quagmire over here hitting on your daughter, man. All right, because she's 14 walking around the damn grocery store, her ass cheeks all hanging out, man. Ask them the question, what is that imagery portraying, man? All right, it's just like a streetwalker. She has a uniform at work to let you know what she's out there selling, man. She has a certain outfit that she puts on to let you know what she's out there on the block for selling, man. All right, but ultimately, you know, nowadays, you know, you can't tell the difference between a streetwalker and just a regular person, a regular woman out here, man. But yet and still, you can't say nothing about it because why? Like the scripture say, they appear in their own eyes, man. I do not know what is going on with this here BS right here, man. But Lord's will, this madness will be over shortly. Nevertheless, continuing on, Habakkuk chapter 1, verse 1, it says, the burden which Habakkuk the prophet did see, O Yahweh, how long shall I cry, and thou wilt not hear? Even cry unto thee of violence, and thou wilt not save. All right? And so, that's the times that we're in right now, man, where the prophets of the Lord are sighing and crying unto the Lord about, Lord, how much more longer we got to deal with this here mess, man? All right? Just the violence that's going on out here. You see Jake getting gunned down, being in his own house, just whatever, man. You know, you got the police shooting unarmed Jake and everything else like that, man. How long is this violence going to keep going on like this, man? How long you have to worry about going out and getting robbed at the gas station? All right, just getting robbed, you know, not even getting robbed. Nowadays, it's just rolling up on people and offing people for what? No reason, man. All right, it ain't even that they even robbing these folks. They just killing them for no reason. How long is this violence going to continue, man? How long is it going to be that people are being provoked to violence with the love of many waxing cold? Like I said, man, you got women that's calling up their boyfriends or their men, their husband, all right, while they getting clapped on the damn phone, man, sending them videos and things like that just to so-called one-up them, man. I see a lot of these different things going on, like, oh yeah, you trying to breed a killer over there, man. This dude wasn't even about that life, but the type of shit that you doing, like, what you expect him to do, man? What type of shit that you have going on over there, man? All right, but hey, I seen a scenario the other day where this girl was with her man, and her ex-man or somebody had called, and she answered the phone and got a little too giddy and everything else like that. So all laughing and kikiing and everything else like that. And homeboy wound up popping her ass, and then she was like, ooh, I fucked up. I shouldn't have been doing all that. Yeah, you invited these types of things to you, man. Not saying you should be doing all these things, but hey, like I said, man, you just being a man, you get a phone call, your old lady being clapped up on the other side, how you gonna be feeling, man? All right, how long is this here bullshit gonna keep going on, man? How long are they gonna have the right to be able to do all these things, man? Because we live in a society now, because why? Let me read the next verse. It says, why dost thou show me iniquity and cause me to behold grievance? All right, that's the deep shit about it, man. You have to sit here and look at this madness, man. You have to sit here and be like, man, this is some bullshit, man. You can't even say nothing about it. You just gotta sit there and be like, you know what? Let me just keep on moving, man. That's why I say, man, you gotta watch about how these spirits are this out here, man. Because hey, a lot of this here stuff is, if you're not rooted in this here truth, man, a lot of this here stuff will have you get sifted on up out of here, man. All right, you over here, you know, again, I keep bringing out the scenario between a man and a woman and the type of things that she could do to have you, you know, lose your whole wits, man. It would be best for you to just to get up and walk away from the whole situation, man. Now that don't make you no simp, that don't make you no sucker, nothing else like that. It actually make you wise, man. Your old lady over here cheating and doing some crazy shit, just like, you know what? You know, you should thank that other man. Thank you for taking her up off my hands and keep it fucking moving, man. Because you want to go over there and start fighting over this dude or whatever. She's already gone and lost to you anyway, but now you all locked the fuck up because you done got into a fight with this dude and everything else like that, man. So, hey, man, you know, it's just best just to get away from these things. But these things are grievous things for us to be able to see. Filthy conversation. We got to hear this shit, man. We got to see these things, man. All kind of wickedness is going forth day in and day out. But yet and still, we got to sit here with our mouths shut just like, oh, it don't bother us and nothing else like that, man. The men of the Lord are grieved day in and day out from the filthy conversation of the wicked, man. All right, like this here madness that's going on over there. But nevertheless, it says, why dost thou show me iniquity and cause me to behold grievance? For spoiling and violence are before me, and there and there are that rise up strife and contention. All right, and so like I said, a lot of these people, all right, are turned into these damn maniacs because of the situation that's going on around them, man. All right, you caused me to go and do all these things because look, you know, and that's a weak excuse for certain things because like I said, you should just get up and just bounce up out of these things, man. But they have a scenario called going postal, all right, because what was going on at the job and things like that, and people come back and they wind up shooting up the job. It wasn't that the person was just crazy, but they was pushed to those certain things, man. All right, you see people like that flipping out, go on YouTube, man. They be like, hey, man, you shorted me on my paycheck. You knew what you was doing. I forgot. There was a video like that one time where dude went in there and was going off on his boss because his boss was playing with his money. He's like, oh, you didn't, this is the third time I told you you kept shorting me on days and not paying me about this and not paying me about that. And then the boss was in there just, you know, being all willy-nilly with his ass and everything else like that. But and when dude wound up putting his hands on his ass, hey, man, the boss deserved it because he was over there antagonizing him, man. Pushing him to the damn limit, man. Creating these damn monsters in him like that. And the dude just wanted to go to work and get his paycheck, man. But you done pushed him off the edge of these things, man. So, hey, man, you got to understand that we not, let me read this here precept real quick. We'll come back to this. All right. Let me get it real quick. Ephesians 6:12. Let me go up. It says Ephesians 6:11. It says, "Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil." Man. All right, that's why I say, man, it don't make you soft, it don't make you weak. If you just get up and walk away from these things, man, that would be the best thing for you to do in these scenarios, man. Because again, hey, man, you're not gonna win out here with these people, man. All right, you know what I'm saying? You like a domestic scenario with you and your old lady. All right, and you know, she cheating, she doing all kind of crazy stuff. She called you on the phone while she getting clapped up or whatever else like that, and then you get all mad and you want to go do something to her. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, you find yourself in trouble, man. All right, you find yourself, but then you got to realize, hey, man, you got to put on the whole armor of the Most High to be able to fight this here fight, man. You can't fight it in a carnal way, man. All right, our weapons of warfare are not carnal, man. All right, so you just got to be like, you know what? I knew she was, like they say, I knew she was for the streets, you know, when I met her, when she was doing showing these certain signs, man. Just leave her ass alone and keep it moving, man. Don't let these things be the things that keep catch you off guard and get you to fall in this here world, man. All right, because look, you know, you can go and ask a lot of people in jail, man. All right, that 5 minutes cost me the rest of my life, man. If I would have just handled that scenario a little different, you know, so there's this dude, I don't know what he's famous for, but his name was Chia Lee. Talking about he got into an argument with his baby mama brother or something like that, and homeboy told him to what they say SMD, you know, he invited him to his private parts for y'all who don't understand what that means. And he was like, oh yeah, word. And so he let that one comment to him make him go over there and shoot this dude and kill this dude, right? And he got a child with this woman. Now the child gonna grow up without his father in the household. His uncle, knowing that his father killed his uncle, you know what I'm saying, and his mom and his daddy ain't together. So the child, you know, is all screwed up growing up with this nowadays. But homeboy served like 20-something years in jail, man. All right, all because not because somebody told him to do, but how he reacted to that, man. He could have just walked the fuck away, man. You know how they used to say, what they say, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. All right, certain of these words and everything else like that, but ultimately, you know, see this little demon over here want to be recording and shit, but it's all good, man. But nevertheless, hey, it's just how you handle certain things, man. You know, because you don't know. Hey, man, let that be a curse to this damn demon, man. Let the Lord go ahead and handle that and deal with him on however he deal with him. But nevertheless, hey, see, Jake be thinking this shit be fun and games, man. All right, you know, and it's the things that we talking about right now, man. Hey, man, again, let that be a curse to him, man. Instead of coming and listening to the truth, he want to go and make mockery and scoff and everything else like that. But lo and behold, never know what might happen to him by the end of the night, man. You know, he over trying to make a video and laugh and scoff about things, but then he go home and find his old lady and her making a different type of video, got her face getting painted and shit like that. Now he want to go and kill up everybody. Who knows? This time next week he might be in jail or maybe under the dirt. But that's on them, man. But again, all these things is happening. Hey, man, just walk away from these things, man. Let me keep reading. Let me read back up again. Ephesians 6:11. It says, put on the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. All right, and so, hey, again, our weapons are not carnal, man. All right, man. Hey, man, let these things all be snares into them. Just walk away, man. All right. It says, put on the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against the spiritual wickedness of high places. All right, and so, hey, that's what you really out here fighting against with these demons out here, man. All right, you have a lot of demons that's walking around on the earth, man. Let me grab this other precept. We'll come back to that. But you have a lot of demons that's walking around on this here earth. So what? You have to watch how you move around and carry yourself. What is that? Sirach 39, I think it is. Yeah, Sirach 39 and Sirach 39 and 28. It says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes, and in time of destruction they pour out their forces and appease the wrath of him that made them. All right, so hey, a lot of times, hey, like the scripture say, whoever perished being innocent, man. So there's a point in time where people wind up getting judged, and you see wicked things happening to people, but ultimately, hey man, it's a righteous judgment and things like that that's going on. But hey, like I said, man, you may not have seen what led them up to these different things. Like I said, old boy over here trying to sneak and make some videos. We know why they do these type of things, for laughing and scoffing and things like that. But then you have another news story about somebody just coming home and then flipping out and all these different things. Why did this happen to me? Why did that happen to me? Hey man, the Lord sent those spirits of vengeance, those death spirits upon your ass to bring judgment upon you because of the ways that you was dealing, man. All right, and these aren't the times for you to be walking like that, man. Ultimately, hey, you know, this is a goddamn Jake over here, but nevertheless, you know what I'm saying, this is over here for you. But yet you think it's fun and games and everything else like that. But then again, like, hey, when all these calamities come upon you, then you're going to be seeking the Lord. But the Lord you ain't going to be able to find the Lord, man. That's why the scripture says, seek me early while he may be found, man. But what, you didn't want to take none of this here counsel, but then so what? The Lord's going to mock when all your calamities come upon you, man. All right, but going back to Sirach chapter 39 and 28, there be spirits that created for vengeance, and in their wrath, which in their fury lay on sore strokes, in the time of destruction pour out their forces to appease the wrath of him that made them. So, hey, let me read the next verse. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these was created for vengeance. All right, so, hey, man, all these things was created for vengeance, man. All these things was created to exact that judgment that the Lord is sending forth, man. All right, so, hey, when you see these people get mangled up, all these different things happening to them, hey, man, the Lord sent forth of all these things, man. So, hey, and we in a time now where mass judgment is going out. So any and everybody, any of these vessels moving around, hey, they could all be used to bring out that judgment upon you, man. All right, you just think it's a normal day. All of a sudden, walking across the street and get hit by a goddamn city bus and get flung across the damn road or something else like that, man. Hey, that was your time to go, man. All right, but people always be wondering why did so-and-so had to die about this way or that way. Hey, you don't know what the hell they was doing in their lifetime, man. Or what they, again, we read about them being pure in their own eyes. All right, you know, just like the scenario over here with this here Jake sitting over here trying to record and shit like that. He might, you know, he pure in his own eyes. He don't think that what he doing is being wicked or anything else like that. He just think, oh, it's fun and games, it's funny, ha-ha, and everything else like that. But then look, when, you know, you get judged by the Lord for making sport of the prophets, then all of a sudden you're going to be telling somebody to pray for you, man. All right, oh, y'all pray for me, this and that might happen, you know. But, hey, ultimately it's the Lord that's sending forth that judgment. Let's go back to this Ephesians 6. Did I finish this? Let me read this last verse. Sirach 39 and 30, it says, teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. All right, so hey, all these different things, like I said, man, you go home and you know what I'm saying, and you know, somebody run up in your house, kick in your door and shoot up everybody in the house. All right, like I said, that story about the cheerleader that got knifed up, man. You never know what the hell happened with that whole story, or what the backdrop of the story was. Granted, they said that the boy was talking to demons and shit like that, but hey, a lot of these times in the school, you know, people get bullied. There was a story I did a video on about the two little 13-year-old girls. One of the girls beat the other girl up. All right, then the girl felt some type of weight and went over to her house and stabbed her ass up and put her ass to death, man. But you don't know what the fight started over. The original fight started over, man. She probably was bullying her, calling her all kind of names, or did something that was embarrassing to him, and then all of a sudden, this is the backlash of these things, man. All right, but hey, watch how you walk. Watch how you move around these people, man. Because, you know, you have some people that'll sit there and wait. Good in, you know how they say vengeance is best served cold. They be forgot the things that you wind up doing. You done clown somebody, and Jones on somebody or something like that, made them look stupid in front of the whole class or in front of work. You done forgot all about it, but then all of a sudden they sitting there thinking about that shit the whole time. Now they gonna come back behind your ass and catch you when you off guard, man. You least expecting it, man. You think you out willy-nilly and everything else like that, and all of a sudden a car pull up and just blow your brains out, man. All right, hey, man, you got to watch how you walking out here, man. We ain't dealing with just regular people walking around. We dealing out here with vessels of destruction, man. Demons out here. Everybody on demon time out here, man. All right, so we not wrestling against flesh and blood. Let's get back to that. We're not wrestling against flesh and blood. We'll just read it. Verse 12. Let me go back to 11. Ephesians 6 and 11. Put on the whole armor of the Most High that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Let's jump down to some of this here armor. It says, verse 14. Stand therefore having your loins girded about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness. And going into, you know, this here truth, you know, hey, man, knowing the fact of the times that we in, man. All right, hey, we at the end all be all these things, and the love of many is waxing cold out here, man. All right, hey, man, you got it, bro. Let me just walk on and mind my business, handle my business before, you know, these spirits catch me off guard, and I walk into a trap, man. Just like we're dealing with Esau, as long as we stay in the spirit, man, hey, man, we ultimately got the victory over him, but the moment we cross over into that carnality with Esau, that's when he get the victory over us. So we have to stay in the spiritual mindset when dealing with him. All right, so the same way with the rest of these people that's out here in the world, man, dealing with these folks, man. You see all these different things, man. Hey, man, you walk in truth, man. All right, going back, Ephesians 6 and 14. It says, therefore, stand therefore having your loins girded about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. All right, going into, you know, hey, the truth shall make you free, man. This give us rest, man. Knowing how we should be walking out here and all these different things, man. Yeah, before you was in the world, you was always on that rah-rah shit. Somebody say something to you, you ready to go at it with their ass. Nowadays, hey, man, somebody roll up to you saying some all kind of crazy shit. Nowadays, you just, man, let them have that, man. Yeah, I'll be a pussy today, man. All right, man, mind your business. All right, go on about your business. But when you was in the world, what? You call me this, you call me that? Now, not knowing this dude got a gun on you, now all of a sudden you dead because you trying to be a so-called macho man. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, you know, when you come into this here truth, you become wise. You know, you learn how to walk out here, man. You learn how to maneuver a certain type of way. It says, verse 16, above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. All right, and so, hey, you know, the shield of faith, the dodge these fiery darts of the wicked, man. Knowing how to damn dodge all these things going into what? Knowing how to move, man. You know, you out here, hey, should I go out to the club tonight? And you know, where all these people finna be drinking and everything else like that, or driving Uber after the club, with all these drunken spirits getting in my car. Now all of a sudden somebody want to fight you and do all kind of crazy things like that just because they just drunk. They don't really even know you, but it's just because they drunk or something else like that. Oh, should I be dealing with this here woman that's got a man or something else like that? Then all of a sudden he come home, oh yeah, he gonna be gone. You can come over, he about to go to work, then he done double back. Now all of a sudden you get put to death, and righteously so, man. You shouldn't be sleeping with another man, woman. But hey, man, you should be knowing how to walk around out in this bad boy to learn how to dodge the fiery darts of the devil, man. Don't walk into the trap of the damn devil, man. All right, you have to be thinking, well, how can I get caught up if I ain't out here dealing with the people of the world, man? If you're not in the truth, man, what kind of spirit do you got on you, man? All right, so look, should I be hanging out with these types of people? Should I be dealing in folly with these types of people? Should I be going out here putting myself in these positions with these types of people? No, I'm gonna just stay to my own self, man. That's the wisdom of being in this here truth, man. All right, you know how to move again. You know how to carry yourself in these times, man. Going back, Ephesians 6 and 17, it says, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Most High. All right, again, this is truth. These scriptures teach us how to walk. The scriptures say wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of that time. You know, and when things get real rough, yeah, of course. But how much more in these times now that we just living in now, man? How to, again, conduct and walk around in these times that we're living in, to the point to where, hey, man, should I be conducting myself this way? Should I respond to this nigga with this bullshit that way? Or should I, you know, somebody want to cut you in line and everything else like that? Yeah, he didn't cut you in line, but hey, man, this is wise. Go ahead, bro. You got it. I'm gonna let you go ahead. And I was in line, but you got it, bro. I ain't in that big of a hurry, man. Somebody tailgating you all extra hard on the interstate or something like that on the road, just get over and let them have that shit, man. Because again, you know, look up road rage, man. Road rage, they got news stories about how road rage is upticking, man. People just getting shot for no reason. Not really no reason, but really the reason is they feeding into these people, man. Somebody try to cut you off in traffic and you want to go blow the horn with them and get back up on them, and all of a sudden you find your ass all fucked up, man. There was a story of this woman who was on the interstate, and two stories, matter of fact, but you know, pretty much the same thing happened. One of the women wound up getting put to death, and the other woman, she wound up putting the other dude to death, because she wound up, the dude cut her off, basically, and she was following the dude, kept cutting him off. He was just trying to get the fuck on in traffic, but she kept following him, and calling the police, and the police was like, well, let his ass go. Stop following him and stop getting off his ass and everything else like that, man. But then at the end all be all, she kept following the dude and kept trying to hit the dude with her car. and wound up what they call doing like a pit maneuver on his ass on the interstate at a high speed, rolled his shit over, and he wound up dying, man. Now she's facing jail time for vehicular homicide, man. So look, if you would have just left that scenario alone, you wouldn't have had all these problems. But lo and behold, you want to be proving your point. Oh, you cut me off in traffic, I'm mad about this now, and so on and so forth, man. The other girl was riding with her sister, and they some dude cut them off, and she was mad because they cut her sister off and everything else like that, and some kind of way, you know, they had the road rage and everything else like that, and then the dude was trying to get the fuck away from them, but they kept speeding up on him, and then all of a sudden he stopped, got out the car, and just blasted that bitch's brains out, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, damn. And then they want to play the victim role. Well, he shouldn't have cut my sister off. No, you shouldn't have been antagonizing these motherfuckers, man. You shouldn't have been going on feeding into these things, man. You should learn how to walk in all these scenarios, man. Know that these are demons just walking around out here, man. Looking to see who they may devour, man. The devil done used this one vessel to bring both of y'all into damnation, man. But yet still, you got to learn how to walk out here. Let me read this again. Ephesians 6 and 12 says, it's Ephesians 6 and 11. Put on the whole armor of the Most High that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. All right. So again, man, he's looking out here who he may devour, man. He's looking and seeking to see who gonna fall into my trap today. How can I get you caught up with this and that? If I can sit here and get this dude to cut you off, let me see how you gonna react to that. And this dude rolling around on his last straw anyway. He about to go and off himself and off his old lady. But in the process, if I can get him to off you too, then that's just one less body. You know, he's just catching bodies left and right, left and right, left and right, man. All right, so you got to be wise enough to know how to walk into these scenarios like that, man. All right, it says, put on the whole armor of the Most High that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood. All right, and that's the point there. You're not dealing with regular-ass people out here, man. Because regular people will have regular common-ass sense. You're like, look, I'm going to just let this shit go. It ain't that big of a deal. But then all of a sudden, you go stick your nose in other people's business and all kind of scenarios. You see like the nigga woman be walking around in the damn store on speakerphone talking nonsense with nobody, and the whole store hear the conversation like, hey, can you get off the speakerphone? Can you just pick up the phone and talk? So I don't want to hear your conversation. You say some shit like that, then all of a sudden she's snapping on you. You know what I'm saying? And then all kind of shit is going on, man. All right, but hey, again, it's just best for you just to mind your business. There's that video of the nigga woman getting slammed in the Walmart by the police. You had Jake out there trying to be a Captain Save-A-Hole out there, and he wound up in handcuffs and getting snatched up too, man. Hey, man, you shouldn't be, hey, in them moments, again, it's not a time to pull out your cell phone and start videotaping. Oh, we want to see the fight. Nah, bro, keep it moving, man. That's how people get got nowadays, man. All right, you out here not knowing how to walk, but what? The devil out here taking names and taking names and body tagging or whatever they saying, but nevertheless, you know, taking people up off this here earth, man. Using all these people, man, just to do this, the bidding of the Lord, man. Ultimately, hey, the Lord is sending forth judgment on the earth, man, and this is how a lot of these people getting taken out, man, by the sword. All these things, we read how all these things, they're spirits created for vengeance, man. That's going back throughout the whole earth. That's just taking bodies back to the spirit realm, man. All right, some of these people just being born for just that reason alone. Let me see if I can grab that precept. 2nd Ezra, I think 8. Nah. Well, yeah. 2nd Ezra 8 and 50. It says, for many great miseries shall be done to them that are in the latter times shall dwell in the world because they have walked in great pride. All right? And so, hey, man, there's going to be great miseries for all these people that's walking around in these latter days because they walking in great pride, man. They ain't going to just they ain't going to make me look like a punk. They ain't going to just sit over here and call me out and I ain't going to do nothing. I got to go and stand up and defend my manhood. I got to go out here and, you know, defend my name and everything else like that, man. You know, I seen a chick that was talking about, I don't know what type of capacity she was in, whether she was like a celebrity or whatever, but she said she learned about fighting inside in restaurants, man. Apparently she was somebody famous, but she was like, I learned about fighting in restaurants. Like, oh, I ain't scared to fight. She was all super masculine and shit. Yeah, I like fighting. I like this and that, but she said that she got into a fight in a restaurant. Somebody came up talking shit to her in the restaurant, and then they got to fighting, and then they tore up the whole damn restaurant and started fighting and everything else like that. And she was like, look, the person she was fighting came up to her and instigated the problem with her, tried to start fighting with her, so she defended herself. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with defending yourself, but she said, I don't fight no more. I call the police now because, look, I'm the famous one. I'm the one that they gonna know, so I had to pay the doggone bill for the restaurant. They charged her, what, $15,000 for that shit? You know what I'm saying? She had to pay for all those things and lawyer fees and everything else like that. She's like, it wasn't even worth it. So, hey, man, she allowed somebody to come and take her up out of her pocket, out of her lane, and it wound up costing her money. She was like, look, I can take my feelings being hurt, but when they hit my pockets, that shit really, you know, fucked me up. But hey, how much more are you supposed to be in this here truth, man? Now you all locked up. You know what I'm saying? Now you got a bad reputation because of, you know, because of the way you walking, man. In that scenario with homegirl in the restaurant, she should have just let whoever it was sell her out. You can call me whatever you want to call me. Go on, mind your business. I'm eating my food and I'm about to be out of here. Or, you know what? I'm about to take my check and be up out of here and just keep it moving, man. You got it. But yet and still, you see, like with these rappers and stuff, you have people that'll see them out in public with the cell phones out, want some kind of notoriety, because if they hit you, they get a name. If you hit them, they still get a name, man. You lose in these scenarios, man. So hey, you should be walking around like I said, these celebrities out here, man, like you got something to lose, man. All right, you don't want to be like Will Smith and trying to defend your so-called, you know, hey, he the prime example again, going back to him, man. All right, now he done lost potential jobs and things like that, potentially getting canceled and things like that, all because why? He wasn't walking in the spirit, man. He's walking after the flesh in that type of moment, man. Oh, my wife's feelings was being hurt and everything else like that. So now this is what's going on and everything else. So now what? You know, you possibly damage the rest of your career, man. All right, so hey, and that's how we should be thinking about walking in this here truth, man. Now, you know, I might be locked up now because I done did some old foul shit, or the Lord might have caused me to get judged over here because I was not walking the right way out here, man. All right. Going back to 2nd Ezra 8:50 again. It says, for many great misery shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. So, hey, man, everybody want to, again, being pure in their own eyes, walking after their own pride, man. So now, you know, all these great miseries is coming because, look, they changed the ordinances and everything else like that. They wanted to put away hearing from the Lord, the righteous ways and things of being. So now what? They created a recipe for disaster, man. All right, you know, it's like a person in their house. You know, your parents tell you clean your room, keep the house clean, do the dishes and everything else like that. But now you want to live without rules. You know, every kid say, man, I can't wait to get older. I can live. I don't have these rules and things I got to do and everything else like that. And guess what? You done got older and you living like this, and your life is in a state of chaos. You don't never clean up your house, never put the dishes away, never do the dishes, never take out the trash. Now your house looks like you a damn hoarder. You got roaches every damn where. House starting to smell. You know what I'm saying? You don't ever take care of your damn stuff. Now you're living in a bunch of filth, man. All right, because why? You wanted to change the ordinance, and that's how this whole world is, man. All right, because now look, all these great miseries is happening on the earth. Nobody wanted to take judgment. We'll get back to that in Habakkuk, but nobody wanted to listen to judgment, man. They just wanted to go and do their own things, man. So this is the end all result of these things, man. All right, let me read this other precept. 2nd Ezra 9, I'm gonna start at verse 20. It says, let me just start at verse 20. It says, so I considered the world, and behold, there was peril because of the devices that came into it. And I saw and spared greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster, and a plant of a great people. You know, talking about the elect. You know, because everything else is corrupted out here, man. It says, let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain. Let my grape be kept, and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect. And so ultimately, this nigga with all this here noise over here. But nevertheless, you know, let them perish that was born in vain. You know, that was the point I wanted to get at, man. All right, so hey, man, you have a lot of these spirits that's out here that was just born just to be judged, man. They was out here born just to be judged on this here point in time, man. You also have people that was created, that was born just to be a death spirit, man. Just to go put people to death, just to go do some foul shit, man. You can go look up a lot of these people who have locked up for violent criminal history and things like that. This is going for, it was just a real, like how Jake would say, a real hitter, man. They just go around putting people to death, and then they wind up dying after a while, man. You know, they ain't really, how do I say, succeeded nothing in life but being a damn demon, man. All they was doing was just putting forth wickedness, man. All out, you know, my whole time on this here earth, you know, you look at some of these people in the cartel and things like that, like, shit, all I do, I ain't got no wife and kids, and I'm just allowed to just be chopping people up and things like that, man. There's some people that's just out there like that, man, walking around and you don't even know who they are, man. All right, some people feel like that they got their little pride intact. All right, they got, oh, I can't lose this, I can't lose that, and they willing to take it there for you, you know. We living in a time where, again, iniquity is waxed, you know, the love of many is waxing cold because iniquity is bounding on the earth, man. All right, so you have people now that's just already on that level ready to take it there, man. So, hey, man, you know, it would be wise for you just to stay at home, man, because there's a lot of people that's was born in vain, man. They was just born just basically to be judged and be put to death out here, man. All right, you don't want to get caught up in that there crowd. So now let's go back to, let me read this one more time in Ephesians 6, and 12. It says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against the powers, against against the rulers of darkness of this world, and against spiritual wickedness in high places." So again, you got to learn what you out here really dealing with, man. You're not out here just dealing with regular vessels and things like that, man. Some of these people is just walking around straight demonic, man, just to do harm and do wickedness out here, man. Some of these people is just put forth just to bring pain and misery upon people, man. You don't want to get caught up in that. But let's go back to this Habakkuk chapter 1. Start back at verse 1. Point is in verse 4. It says, "The burden which Habakkuk the prophet did see, how long shall I cry, and thou wilt not hear? Even cry unto thee of violence, and thou wilt not save. Why dost thou show me iniquity, and cause me to behold grievance? For spoiling and violence are before me, and there are that rise up strife and contention," man. So you always got people that's on that so-called beef tip, man. That's always out here trying to do cause contention, man. Always trying to cause strife and everything else like that, man. You have these people that's out here that's just born to do wickedness, man. It's always here to stir up certain things, man. So, hey, man, you got to be mindful of all these different things that's going on around you, and hey, just walk, in righteousness, man, and keep your mind, how do I say, single, man. All right, stay on this. It's a straight and narrow path, man. You could fall into, turmoil on one side, whereas, hey, man, I could get, be dealing with these niggas out here in the street or something like that. They just come up in the store, you in line at the gas station, and some bugged out ass Jake just walk up in there, black and mild, hanging out his lips, shirt all off, smelling like a whole bunch of a pound of goddamn weed and shit like that, just cut right in front of you in line. "Hey, cuz, give me 25 on pump 5. You know what I'm saying? You in line. "Hey, man, I'm in line over here, bro. I'm trying to pay for my shit, man. I don't give a fuck about that." Then all of a sudden, he pull out a gun and air that bitch out, man. You have to be able to discern these things. You know what? You got it, bro. Hey, I ain't even in no rush, bro. You got it. You know what I'm saying? Versus, dealing with Esau. "Man, I ain't got pulled over. I know my rights. I wasn't doing this. I wasn't doing that." Now you want to badmouth Esau. Esau want to go over there and put your ass to death, man. All right? They have scenarios like this going on all the time, man, where, hey, Jake was just, should have just complied with what was going on. But yet and still, they want to be sitting over here, I got my own rights, so I want to be all big and bad, or, whatever. Then all of a sudden, a simple traffic stop where you was about to just get a damn ticket or maybe even a warning turn into Esau putting your ass to death, man. All right? It says, verse 4, "Therefore the law is slack, and judgment doth never go forth." It says, "For the wicked doth compass about the righteous, therefore wrong judgment proceeded." All right? It says, "Therefore the law is slack, and judgment doth never go forth." And that's in a sense of, quick and instant judgment, man. Because look, we're at a time to where now people think that, oh, I can get away with this, I can get away with that, ain't nothing really happened. So, hey, let me keep going. You see a lot of people that be robbing and stuff like that. They go and hit one little lick the first time because they didn't get judged. "Oh shit, this is easy. I can continue on doing this," until what? One day they get caught up in that stuff, man. Somebody go out and cheat and they didn't get caught the first time, or maybe they did get caught and the repercussions wasn't that bad, so they continue on with these things, man. But look, imagine back in the olden days, you used to do certain of these things, and the judgment of these things was to what? To get stoned to death, man. As soon as you get found out about this, you're gonna bring you out in front of the whole congregation and stone your ass, man. People would immediately stop doing that wickedness. But that's not the times that we're living in no more, man. That's not the times that we're in, where people are, people are in this society being praised for doing wickedness, more or less to say, all right? You actually condemned for being righteous, man. All right, give me 1 second. Yeah, you pretty much condemned in this here society if you want to, live so-called righteously and everything else like that. But what if you do, wickedness? They actually uphold you in this here society. So what? This is place because judgment ain't going forth expediently, man. All right. It says, "Therefore the law is slack, and judgment doth never go forth. For the wicked doth compass about the righteous. Therefore wrong judgment proceedeth." All right, and that's why all these people, the wrong judgments proceeded. These people are being upheld for doing wickedness, man. All right, these people are upheld for, going out and having a quote-unquote hot girl summer and everything else like that, man. But then, lo and behold, when time comes, and how they say they hit the wall or whatever, reality snap into them. They wonder why they can't, live a sustainable life and everything else like that, because they was able to do wickedness for so long, and for that to flourish and flourish and flourish, and to a certain point to now everything is all messed up. But it's like, wait, you've been adding on for this. If your credit card was to decline your ass the first time, you didn't have the money for it, it'd be different. But it'll let you accumulate so much damn debt to where it's now you can't even get out of the hole, man. And that's where we at now. That's why the whole place was going back to Isaiah 24. Since the whole the earth is all polluted, it's got to all be wiped clean, man. Because look, you done ran up the charges all the way up to the top to where it's wickedness has exceedingly polluted the earth, man. All right. Let me go into Slack here. Let me get back to. This is going back to oh wait. I didn't mean this. Let me go to read this here first. This is going into Isaiah 19:2. It says, "And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom." So we also see that spirit being raised up here in modern day Babylon, modern day Egypt, man. To where, again, the love of many is waxing cold, and you have people that's rioting and fighting against one another, man. These different spirits that's being let loose on this here earth for what all this here judgment that's going forth, man. All right, all these people that's at each other's throats and everything else like that. So, catch his ass. So, nevertheless, hey, man, again, it would be wise for you to just to walk, walk in truth, man. Walk in a righteous path, man. If anything, like the scriptures say, I send you as sheep among wolves, man. Them wolves are looking to devour you and everything else like that. I'm trying to slap his ass, big ass mosquito. But anyway, you walking as a sheep amongst all these wolves, and they trying to sit here and eat, man. Don't get devoured out here, man. Don't let the devil devour you out here, man. Because look, they, it's like they fishing, more or less to say, fishing to see, we out here fishing the elect, all right. But the devil is out here trying to fish to see who he can take about this here earth, man. Walking to and fro into the earth, seeing who he may devour, man. All right, that's what he's going forth to do right about now, man. All right, let me go over to we coming into some real dark times too far. Some real dark times, man. It's about to be an all-out war zone on this here earth, man. Wish this goddamn mosquito would get up off me. This is Jeremiah chapter 30. Hold on. Damn. He done bit me like 5 times already, man. Jeremiah 30 and verse 5. It says, Jeremiah 30 and 5, "For thus saith Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling and of fear, and not of peace." All right, and so again, being able to measure the times diligently and see where we at in these times, man. We're not in a time where people was, everybody's loving their neighbors and everybody's at a, oh, let's go to the barbecue and things like that, man. Hey, you look at a lot of your neighbors nowadays, man. Most people don't even know them, or they get tired of their neighbors and the people that they live in next door to one another, man. All right, they don't even, the love of many is waxing cold. So, hey, man, we're not in a time for you so-called, the new people coming to the neighborhood, knocking on the door. Welcome to the neighborhood with the cookies. Nowadays, hey, you liable to get shot knocking on somebody's door nowadays, man. They like, they don't know who you are. They don't know if you're coming to rob me or if you're coming to do whatever. Hey, the rapper The Baby just shot somebody again. He said, "Hey, man, I don't know what this dude did. He came, jumped my fence. I shot his ass." You know what I'm saying? So on and so forth, man. You have some people that happened to one of these other celebrities where somebody came and jumped their fence and knocked on their door. I think it was Puff Daddy. They jumped the fence, came and knocked on his door. They don't know why he came knock on the door. He might have been a fool, being foolish, trying to go get a record deal type of thing, and thought that was funny, trying to get some YouTube views, trying to get some attention. But yet and still, if he would have hopped like they hopped the Baby fence, homeboy wound up getting shot, man. They got the little recording, the police call and everything else like that. You hear old boy in the background just hollering and screaming, man, and pain and agony and things like that, man. So again, man, you hear a voice of trembling and of fear, not of peace, man. We're not in a time where things is gonna be all so-called good for you and lovey-dovey and people, let's go have cookies and ice cream and things like that. Nah, man. The Lord said, "Hey, I'm not come to send peace on earth, but a sword, man." So all these spirits are turned up out here, man. Everybody's turned up to the max on certain things, man. All right, we'll get to it next, but people are in straits left and right, man. Economic straits, financial economic straits, relationship straits, and mental straits, all kind of things. They say mental illnesses, or however they want to put it, is running rampant right now. Really, everybody's stressed out, man. All right, these demons is heavily pushed, man. Wickedness have exceedingly polluted the earth right about now, man. We're to the point now to where, these things are on such a high level, man. All right, going back, Jeremiah 30 and 9, or 30 and 5, 5. For thus saith Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling and of fear, not of peace. Ask ye now, see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces turn to paleness. All right, and so, hey, as we approach this here time that's coming upon up upon these days, man, let me read this other precept real quick, and then we'll get back to that, because to set the tone as far as how these days are starting to wax. All right, going back to Matthew 24 and verse 21, it says, "For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be." All right, and so again, you know, that's like going into what we were reading about with Jacob's trouble. As we approach those days, things are going to get worse and worse and worse. They're not getting any better, man. The days are getting worse out here, man. The spirits that from day to day, they're getting more and more wicked out here, man. All right, you think back to last year and the year before last, there were certain things people was doing. Hey, just think about it. 2 years ago, there wasn't an abundance of these so-called OnlyFans girls out here just doing OnlyFans. Everybody and their daughter out here having the OnlyFans, them and their mama having OnlyFans together and everything else like that, man. They wasn't doing it up like that 2 years ago, man. All right, 5-10 years ago, they wasn't out there, on social media. All right, I was talking to somebody about that the other day, about back in the olden days, how things were versus how they are nowadays, man. You know, back in the olden days, you'd be in a classroom with the kids, and they, oh, your mama jokes, your mama jokes, your mama jokes. Nowadays, they got the kids with social media sharing videos about, oh, look at so-and-so mama right now doing this, and that, and they spreading the whole thing throughout the whole school, man. All right, you know, they got these different kids out here, man. I seen the first episode of the show Euphoria and things like that, and man, that shit, I had to turn that shit off. That shit was super wicked, man. All right, because of the fact that the new age with the technology that they got nowadays in school and everything else, they sharing videos of certain things like that, man. This wickedness is exceedingly polluted, man. All right, like I said, think back from when I was younger, you know, growing up and going to school. We didn't have the things like how the kids have nowadays, growing up and going to school with these social media sites. All right, the social media bullying and things like that. They got videos now that can be online and be surfacing and going around, and you can't get rid of these things, man. All right, you got these women that's, again, making these online sex sites and things like that, and then they all of a sudden want their videos scrubbed or make a little sex tape with their boyfriend, and then they went and posted these things on these websites. Now your kids can go and Google search your name and find out all your whole past like that, man. I think they was talking about Kim Kardashian talking to one of her kids about her old sex tape and everything else like that, man. But hey, nowadays, that was back when, you know, only a couple people had sex tapes. Nowadays, everybody got a goddamn sex tape, man. The regular nobody's got multiple sex tapes nowadays, man. All right, that's their new so-called love language, man. They said that in that show. It's like, oh, nowadays, this is all the kids do is be sexting and texting all damn day long, man. All right, Snapchatting and everything else like that, man. Hey, things is getting worse and worse and worse, man. All right, there's gonna be great tribulation on the earth, man. As the days go forward, man, these things are you know, piling up and getting worse and worse. Because what? Judgment ain't really going forth, man. People don't see an immediate reaction to these things, man. All right, like we was reading in Habakkuk, yeah, because the law ain't really going forth like that real instantly, man. People think that things can just keep going on the way that they are, man. It's like, oh, man, I done made a sex tape before and ain't nothing happened, and none of these things really came out to bite me back in the ass and everything else like that. Then all of a sudden, you know, they done been doing this a couple of times. Now the video done got uploaded. Now their whole life is ruined. They want to leave and move to a different city or a different school and everything else like that. Come on, man. So, hey, man, this generation that we living in nowadays, man, like we read a little earlier, they appear in their own eyes, and they're just continuing on with more and more wickedness. And all this here wickedness is just, hey, like the scripture says, exceedingly polluted with earth. But, you know, let me read it real quick, and we'll get back to this. Revelation 18:4. It says, we can start at verse 4. The point is at verse 6. It says, "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that you be not partakers of her sins, and that you receive not of her plagues." Hey, and that's spiritual as well with that, man. Because that encompasses all that we've been talking about all day, man. All right, hey, come up out of this here place, man, as far as mentally and spiritually, man. All right, watch how you walk around these people, because look, they gonna wind up getting you caught up into these things, man. Don't be partaking into this here world and the type of wickedness that they got going on in this here world, because look, ultimately, that's how you gonna wind up getting caught up out here, man. That's how you wind up getting caught into the snares of the damn devil, man. Walking around and being partakers of this here place, man. Oh, I was out at the club last night where everybody else was out there getting drunk and everything else like that, and the fight broke out, and they started shooting and everything, and then I wound up catching the bullet to the side. Where was that at? In Sacramento, I think it was, where they had that shootout out there in the streets and stuff like that, man. Hey, but what those people was out there doing, man, what they call on demon time, man. Ain't nothing but demons out at that point in time of night, man. But then a fight break out, then all of a sudden shots start ringing out and everything else like that, man. All right, you had your boy Kodak Black get shot at one of those little award shows and everything else like that, which I was out there doing out there in the middle of the streets and everything else like that, man. Looking like food out there in them streets, man. But nevertheless, hey, this is the generation that's pure in their own eyes. You can't judge me on what I'm doing. Let me do me. Let me live my life, man. But then when judgment come down upon you, you be trying to figure out from whence it came, man. All right, you don't have no wisdom. You don't know how to walk with truth, man. All right, again, like I said, coming into this here truth, it teaches you how to live, how to move, how to walk, man. All right, and when you apply these things the proper way, man, you know, hey, man, it's not wise for us to be doing all that. It ain't wise for us to be going to go do this. It ain't wise for us to be going to go do that. Nowadays, people will look at you like, oh, you lame. You ain't even living life. You got to live life a little bit. You got to go do this. You got to go do that. But then ultimately, when things actually pop off and happen, people will look back and be like, you know what? You was right about that, man. I had plenty of people tell me about that, those type of things. Oh, let's go out to this spot. Let's go out to that spot. Nah, let's not go. Oh, you being lame. You doing this and that. Lo and behold, some shit popped off at that spot. And now look what happened. Like, oh, I'm glad we didn't go. You was right about that shit. Like, but you was so eager to go out there and go out and all that folly, man. You wanted to go out here and entertain these damn demons and these spirits out here. And then what you thought was gonna happen, man? All right, you know, Travis Scott concert type of thing, man. You want to go to a big ass demonic event like that, and then you get mad when those demons start taking hold, and then people get stomped out and die and everything else like that. What you thought was gonna happen, man? All right, what y'all out there doing? Y'all ain't out there congregating together, worshiping the Lord, calling on the name of the Lord. Y'all out there summoning demons and things like that, man. So what you thought was gonna happen when all them demons started getting summoned, man? And them spirits created for vengeance got let loose on their ass, man, and start stomping people out, man. But yet and still, you know, if you was in this here truth, man, you would know, you'd be rooted. You would know how to walk. You would know how to move. You would know what's expedient and what's not expedient, man. All these things about the, let's read that as well too. We was right there by it, but we'll come back to this Revelation because it kind of go hand in hand with that. This is 2 Peter chapter 3. All right. 2 Peter 3 and verse 10. It says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. And so look, this is what's coming upon the earth, man. Thermonuclear destruction, man. You got people that, hey, it's in the back of their mind, you know, again, in this place, they just dwelling carelessly where they don't have a care in their, you know, I don't have a care in the world right about now, man. I'm just out here doing whatever, man, because ultimately, hey, this is Babylon the Great, man, living it up, man, the Golden City, man. You know, you have all these different signs of entertainment and things like that, man, where people is just indulging in feeding the flesh and everything else like that, man, to where they don't even have a time to be sitting there looking at anything spiritual, man. They just constantly fulfilling themselves with this, you know, feeding the carnality and everything else like that, living it out that way, man. All right. It says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. All right. And so, hey, man, all this is about to get destroyed off the face of the earth, man. All right. But yet and still, you have people walking around willy-nilly. It says, seeing that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person ought you to be? Ought you to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Lord, when the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. All right, so again, going into what that thermonuclear destruction, how should you be walking in these times and everything else like that, man? How should you be moving? How should you be conducting yourself in these times, man? It says, nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness, man. So that's what we should be doing. That's how we should be moving out here, man. We should be looking for a new heaven and a new earth. We should be looking for a change. We shouldn't be looking to be a part of this here world, man. We shouldn't be looking to be walking, you know, in tandem with this here place, trying to go toe-to-toe with these people. Oh, they gonna turn up, I'm gonna turn up even more. Oh, they over here doing this here wickedness, I want to be partakers in this wickedness too. Oh, I want to go and do, you know, what they doing. I want to be this jumping on the bandwagon of these trendsetters, man. They setting the trends of getting a social media account, getting all these views and all these likes, doing all these things. Let me go and do the same thing too, man. Nah, we shouldn't be trying to partake into these things, man. We should be trying to separate ourselves from these things, man. All right. So going back, hey, what manner of conversation ought we to be in, man? All right, how should we be moving in this here time, man? If I ain't have my hands full, I'll smack that damn mosquito. Come on, bro. Going back to Revelation 18. All right. Revelation 18:4. It says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that you be not partakers of her sins, and that you receive not of her plagues. So again, hey, man, we shouldn't be, you know, walking hand in hand with these damn people, man. All right, we coming into a time, you know. Let me grab that precept on deck already. We coming into a time where, hey, you know, your next move could be your last move, man. All right. Let me get this here precept on deck. But hey, you know, you have to watch how you move out here. There we go. All right. So let me finish this here off. It says, for sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. Hold on one sec. Let me get this mosquito up off me. Got your ass. All right. Going back, Revelation 18 and 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. It says, reward her, even as she rewarded you, and double according to her works, and the cup which she had filled to her double. So, hey, man, her sins have reached all the way unto heaven, man. So, hey, you don't want to be partakers in this here place. So you should be walking separated from this here place, man. Don't be good. All these, again, these spirits is turned up to this here point because we at the end, man. They're getting their last little hurrah, last little run for the money and everything else like that. You shouldn't be trying to compete with these demons. Oh, they turning up. Let me turn up more. She over here twerking and showing her ass, getting 1 million views. Let me see if I can get 2 million views. Let me see if I can go do this. Let me see if I can go do that. Let me see if I can be, you know, nowadays you got a lot of people that's being so-called shock jocks. They just trying to do the most shocking thing to get the most attention and everything else. Oh, I did this, and that, and so I got this, and that. And, you know, a lot of people are actually doing these things for what? Again, attention, man. All right, they're pure in their own eyes. Oh, what I'm doing ain't all that bad. You know, I've seen people do way worse. I'm just trying to get a little bit of attention, man. But yet and still, all these things are going to be brought into the light, man, where the Lord is going to actually judge these people for their wrongdoings, man. This is why you're seeing a lot of these people getting just off, man. They're getting judged by the Lord, man. These damn death angels is being, you know, let loose on the earth to where, hey, they going out and appeasing him that sent them, man. All right. Let's go back to, oh, man, I just dropped the precept. This is Amos. Let me finish this in Jeremiah real quick. Going back, Jeremiah chapter 30. All right. Jeremiah 30 and 5. It says, for thus saith Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling and of fear, not of peace. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces turn to paleness. All right. And we read about how, you know, in Matthew 24, about how the days, let me just get it. Matthew 24:21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. So all these days are waxing worse and worse and worse. Let me read this now. Amos 5 and 18. It says, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. It says, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. All right. And so, hey, ultimately going into these days, man, things, you're going to go from one calamity to the next calamity, to the next calamity, to the next calamity. So look, all these things is waxing worse and worse, man. So what manner of person ought you to be seeing all these things is going to be dissolved and burnt up, man? What manner of person ought you to be when you know that these demons are about to start multiplying on the face of the earth, man? Wickedness is multiplying and multiplying and multiplying. How should you be moving out here, man? Should you be out here still walking willy-nilly, man? Should you be walking, how do I say, not covered, you know, with the armor of the Most High? Should you just be walking like, oh, well, whatever happens is going to happen, man? Or should you be walking with wisdom, man? All right, I see, you know, just like you see some of these women walking around the downtown areas butt-ass naked 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. She's not walking with wisdom, because if something was to happen to her ass, like, well, what the fuck was you doing? You know what I'm saying? What kind of shit was you into for that to happen? You should have been at home at 3 a.m. in the morning. Or if you're going to be out and about, you know, walking around, you know, you should have you a man with you, man. All right? Or you should be dressed better than this, man. Like I said, you know, all these streetwalkers and things, they got a little uniform, and it's hard to tell between a streetwalker and these regular women, man. Especially, like I just said, they be walking around downtown areas 3 o'clock at night or in the morning, you know what I'm saying, half naked and drunk, stumbling and shit like that, man. All right? So what kind of attention are you looking for at that point in time, man? All right, so hey, you have to watch how you walk around in these times and how you move into these things, man. Because look, everything, how do I say, everything out here is pretty much detrimental to your survivability out here, man. All right, things are getting worse and worse and worse, like we read in Ephesians 6, man. Hey, man, put on the whole armor of the Most High that you may be able to withstand the wiles of the devil, man. All right, the devil is going throughout the earth, seeing whom he may devour, man. Trying to see who he can catch off guard and everything else like that. I didn't quote that a couple times, but, you know, this is real quick. Let me see. Job 1:7. And Yahweh said unto Satan, whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. So, hey, man, you know, the devil is walking around, hey, like the scripture say to Peter, you know, hey, the devil seeketh to sift you. You know, so, hey, man, the devil going around seeing who he might be able to devour, man. Seeing who he can catch off guard out here, man. All right, so, but you have to be wise enough to be able to walk out here in righteousness, man. Know how to be able to walk with so-called a hedge of protection. Let me grab that real quick. And Isaiah 33:6. It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time, and the strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. So look, it says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. So, you know, when walking with the Lord is going to have you walking in wisdom, man. You're not going to be out here just walking around willy-nilly getting caught off guard. Like, you know, what was that boy, one of the kings of comedy was talking about how white people be walking into danger all the time. Like, how come nobody told me? Like, motherfucker, when you see us run, you go run, man. You walking into the shit. Like, you hear a noise and you, I got to go investigate that shit. Nah, take your ass the other way, man. All right, hey, but like the scriptures say, wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of that time. You should be able to know how to walk with certain things. Nah, man, you see them demons getting out. Hey, even like when your camp start to wind down, there'll be a certain point in time, you know, just like around this here point in time now, you know, as the sun start going down and everything else like that, alcohol start flowing, the bars start opening up and everything else like that, and spirits start coming out, them first little drinks and everything else like that, man. All right. It's not wise for you to just be sitting around outside of camp, at the camp, and just going out and everything else like that. Then guess what? All of a sudden, you find yourself in a calamity because they didn't heard you while they over there getting drunk, or they over there watching you while they over there getting drunk. You know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden y'all stop preaching. Now they want to come up on y'all and run up on y'all, do something to y'all, man. All right, and you know you got the little holiday this weekend and everything else like that. You know, a lot of people gonna be out there drinking and stuff like that. Hey, man, you shouldn't be out there out and about in all these scenarios, man. All right, you know, you always hear about somebody else drinking and driving and getting into a car accident and killing the other person. You shouldn't have been out there 3:30 in the morning and shit like that, middle of New Year's and all these different things where you see these people out, man. In times like that, holidays especially like that, man, stay at home, man. All right, learn how to walk and how to move out here, man. You should be thinking for all these other demons that's out here, man. You know, I know a lot of times, especially traveling to camp, you know what I'm saying, you be riding on the interstate and everything else like that, and you see you know, some of the spirits that be on the damn interstate and how people be moving, man. All right, like, you know what? These demons is heavy out here today. I can just tell by how they driving in traffic, man. I can see by what they out here doing, what kind of demons is out on, or what type of spirits is out here walking through these streets right about now, man. I can check the temperature, what's going on out here just by looking at these things, man. But, hey, if you don't have, let's read it again. Isaiah 33:6. It says, Isaiah 33:6, it says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and the strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. So, hey, man, you have to have that spirit of discernment, man. Sometimes, hey, man, you might need to just go ahead and pack it on up, man. You see certain things popping off. Like I said last week, when the situation started happening over here with this accident, and then things started getting roused up and everything else like that with the police and the people, like, you know what, let me just go ahead and remove myself from the equation before I get caught up into some shit that's going on over here with their little situation, man. Or you have people, you know, let's say you at camp and then some drunk folk come up to camp and everything else like that, antagonizing, doing all kind of things. Hey, man, it might just be time for you to go ahead and close it on up, man. That might be the Lord. And the Lord will put you in scenarios to be testing you to see if you really about that how they would say, you really about that life. What I mean by about that life is not, oh, if you're going to really be knucking, if you bucking. Nah, if you really walking with the Lord, man, walking with wisdom, walking with the spirit of discernment, man. Hey, man, look, they over here coming over to press your buttons to get you all roused up and antagonize you and push you to do certain things, man. You got to know when to just call it quits and to walk away, man. All right, I remember, as a matter of fact, a job I used to have a long time ago, man, there was this dude, this damn demon, all right, who came back to work with us again, and he was in a high up position and everything else like that, and I was like, man, and they already known we had a bad time working with one another, and I was like, look, man, just I don't have to work on the same shift as him, so I'm cool. Just as long as he don't bother me, I won't bother him. But one day he was in there and on a shift where I was at and everything. They called me in to come in and work early. And so we in the same shift. And he, you know, I'm over here doing my job, minding my business. And he came in there. So, Dave, what you doing? Motherfucker, you walked up on me. You seen I'm working, right? Like, I'm like knee deep into my job right about now. You gonna ask me what the hell am I doing? Like, if you wouldn't have stopped me, you would have, you know, you stopping me from being productive right now. oh, come on up in my office, let's talk. No, like, how about, nah, y'all just give me my pardon papers, let me just get up out of here, because I know what you finna do, man. You finna get me up in this here office, try to rouse me up and everything else like that, so that you can have a reason so-called suspend me or fire me and make me look like the bad guy. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna just remove myself, man. I ain't wanna work here with y'all. I ain't wanna be dealing with y'all, so before this shit get out of hand, let me just remove myself, man. All right, and that's, hey, again, like I said, the Lord sometimes will test you to see how you gonna react if you really about that life. You know what? Nah, I'm not gonna allow you to you know, bring a demon out and throw it all up in my face, and then when I go and react, you know, not walking in righteousness in that point in time, now I'm liable. They're not gonna fire him for how do I say, agitating the scenario and how you say, more or less to say poking the bear. You know, provoking me to act like, they're not gonna say nothing to him about that shit. They're gonna just say something about how I reacted to the scenario, man. All right, like, again, going back to the Will Smith, Chris Rock thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, if Chris Rock would have swung on him, they both would have been in some scenarios like, well, he shouldn't have came up and hit me. Well, you shouldn't have did this and that. Now, he was blameless in that scenario, man. You know what? Let me just remove myself from this scenario, man. And all of a sudden now, you know, only one party, he even got his own self fucked over in that, man. So, again, man, hey, wisdom and knowledge is going to be the stability of your time, man. Some of these things, man, the Lord is testing you to see how you're going to react to these things, man. You get put into a certain scenario, and then all of a sudden you fail at their test. Hey, man, the Lord might just let that person bring that judgment out upon you, man. You may be, like I keep using the scenario, you may be in line with somebody and they cut you in line and you want to flip out and cuss them out. All of a sudden this dude just knock your ass out, you know what I'm saying? You wake up and, you know, missing teeth and all kind of shit with a black eye and everything. You might even go to jail and then lose your job, all because you wasn't walking in righteousness, man. You should just let them have it, man, and keep it fucking moving, man. But yet, nevertheless, hey, you never know, man. All right, let's get back to this. I'm not sure if we finished this off, but let's read it back again. Matthew 24, 21, and 22. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was never since the beginning of the world to this time, no nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, no flesh should be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days should be shortened. So as we continuing on, going forth in this here world, man. All right, you know, things is waxing worse and worse and worse, man. But for what the elect's sake, the Lord is going to shorten these times, these days, man. The Lord is about to make things happen a lot more quicker for the elect's sake, man. Because the elect is how the scriptures say, like with Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, man. We title, and also the scriptures say, you know, Ezekiel 9:4 about setting the mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof, man. Hey, man, the elect is sick and tired of seeing a lot of these things going on, man. The elect is sick and tired of seeing all these different things, man, being vexed just in the spirit, just going around and seeing all these different things going on. You know, the elect is how do I say? The elect is vexed in the spirit, more or less to say, man, because ultimately, hey, this shit gets old after a while, man. Get old where you sitting there just going home and having to deal with a damn dwelling with a dragon. It's vexed when you have to go to work and deal with Esau and his scenario, man. It's vexing when you turn on the TV and you see the community and oh man, just all kind of grossness. Oh, hold on, let me drop this. Hold on. Nevertheless, when you turn on the TV and shit like that, and all you see is you know, two big niggas kissing and shit, man. You get tired of seeing that day in and day out. Why they always gotta push this here agenda? Why they always gotta push and promote this here shit, man? How come every time I go in the grocery store I gotta see this here bullshit, man? How come every time I turn around I just see folly and wickedness and all these Tatianas running around, man? This shit is just is enraging, man. How come every time I turn on the news, Esau over here lying about some bullshit, man? How come every time, you know, I go into the store, the prices of everything is going up, man? How come every time I'm at the gas pump, man, it's just vexation on top of vexation on top of vexation, man? How long, oh Lord, are we gonna keep going on with this here stuff, man? How long are we gonna have to keep enduring all these things, man? So the Lord's gonna say, let me run that back real quick. I'm gonna read that again in Matthew 24, but I want to bring this precept back out again in Habakkuk, because, hey, man, how long, man? How long are we gonna have to endure all of this? How long are we gonna have to keep seeing these things, man? All right, the prophets of old was asking the same thing, but hey, man, how much more now that we living in a time where things is waxing worse than it's ever been? All right, this is Habakkuk chapter 1 verse 1. The burden of Habakkuk, the burden which Habakkuk the prophet did see. O Yahweh, how long shall I cry and thou wilt not hear? Even cry out unto thee of violence and thou wilt not save, man. That's where the elect is right now, is screaming out unto the Lord, man, day in and day out, man. We tired of hearing about this shit. We tired of seeing this shit, man. We tired of living in this here oppression, man. We tired of living in, like the scriptures say, oppression maketh the wise man mad. All right, we understand what's going on, so what? We constantly sighing and crying for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. We're constantly calling out unto the Lord, constantly putting up prayers to the Lord. Oh Lord, how long, man? Lord, save us. Lord, deliver us. Lord, take us up out of this here place, man. Because why? This place is a fucking abomination, man. All right, everything here in this place is an abomination, man. From the food to the water, all right, to the minds of the people, man. All right, going up to Isaiah 24, and we could have read that, earlier up, but we didn't read it. But nevertheless, all these things is all tainted, man. All right, touch on that real quick, because hey, again, like I said, the prophet seen these things beforehand, but how much more in the times we in now, where times is getting worse than it's ever been. All right, going back over to let me read Isaiah 24, verse 1 and 2. It says, Isaiah 24, verse 1 and 2, it says, Behold, Yahweh maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste. He turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. So the Lord's going to have to wholly wipe this here place clean. And it shall be as with the people, so with the priest, as with the servant, so with his master, as with the maid, so with the mistress, as with the buyer, so with the seller, as with the lender, so with the borrower, as with the taker of usury, so with the giver of usury unto him. And the land shall be utterly emptied and utterly spoiled, for Yahweh have spoken his word. So, hey, everything is all corrupted, man. So now the Lord has to wipe everything clean, man. The Lord has to make everything new again, man. Because, hey, when you look at this here place, man, and all the wickedness and all this folly, man, it says exceedingly polluted the whole earth, man. These sins have reached all the way onto heaven, man. These things are to the point to where, the men of the Lord are constantly crying out. The prayers are constantly going up. Hey, man, we're just tired of living in this here place, man. We're asking the Lord, how much more longer do we have to deal with this, man? How much more longer do we have to sit here and try to figure out if this was born a female or if it was born a male, man? How much longer do we have to sit there and wonder about if our old lady's creeping out on us or whatever, or if our kids is being indoctrinated in these schools about these communities and things like that, if they teaching my third grader how to properly have anal sex and shit like that? How much longer are we going to have to put up with this shit, man? How much longer are the elect going to have to keep crying out unto the Lord about the wickedness of the oppression that Esau got going on, man? How long are we going to have to go through all these things, man? Yeah, of course, we sinned against the Most High, and this is the judgment for these things, but how much more longer, man? It seems like, hey, man, the world can't take much more wickedness, man. All right, the merry heart of the earth do sigh, man. The proud of this earth, they complaining, man. So how much more, the elect should be complaining in these points of times? But ultimately, hey, man, we're at a point in time now where, sin is just is run all of its course, man. It's all the way it's filled to the brim, man. All right, we to the point now to where it seems like it can't get no worse than this. But guess what? As the days go by, it's going to get worse and worse and worse, man. It's going to be a day like never before since there was a nation, even to this same day, man. So that means that every day that's going to go by is going to wax a little bit worse and a little bit more worse than that, man. So, hey, you have to be mindful of how you walk around. You got to be vigilant, man. The devil is seeking who he may devour, man. You have to be mindful of how you move out here, man. Because, hey, the things that could have flown back in the olden days don't fly like that no more, man. All right, you have... Like I said earlier, you had an Edomite shoot up Jake in his damn whip because he pulled up to the light bumping his music, man. You have Jake that be in that I don't give a fuck spirit. I'm going to just go do what I'm going to go do. And these type of things happen to him, man. You see all these things. Go on YouTube, watch the Instant Karma videos, man. All right, car crash compilation videos, man. All those is just a compilation of the Lord bringing forth judgment, man. All right, especially those Instant Karma videos, man. They was all proud at one point in time. Then all of a sudden the Lord went and brought forth that judgment, and then they was immediately humbled or just put back into the spirit world. All right, but hey, these are the times that we're living in now, to where, look, the prophets of old, they was already vexed with all the wickedness that was going on. But look, how much more now when you have the prophets that's seeing the things in modern day time, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, vexed with the things that's being shown on TV, vexed with the things that's being taught to our children. You can't even be a man in your own household, man. You don't have no authority over anything in your own. You don't run anything nowadays, man. All right, you try to go be the man, the head of the household with your wife and your kids, man. See, don't she say something like, oh, that's toxic masculinity. Oh, you can't tell me what to do. You can't tell me how to dress. You can't tell me I can't be twerking and getting likes on Instagrams. And tell your old lady to get rid of her Instagram, her social media sites, man. Tell her to put her phone down and everything else like that. Tell her to stop wearing those little leggings and things like that and see what really happened, man. You see, you don't have no power, no authority over your own woman, man. Tell your kids that they got to listen to you and obey you and do the things that you tell them to do and to live a so-called righteous life, man. All right, they been called defects on your ass, took your kids away from you, man. All right, go to work and tell Esau. Well, yeah, you can't really tell Esau shit. I was going to say, go to work and tell Esau that he got to have to pay you fair wages and things like that, man. All right, and treat you like a human being while you at work, man. Esau going to tell you to go find another job, man. Matter of fact, he might tell your ass to go, look, we going to bar you from a job, man. But this is the time that we living in nowadays, man. You can't ask for no righteousness, man. All right, you can't ask for things to be you know, how do I say dealt with in righteousness, because why? We'll read it again, but because look, ultimately they didn't want to judge righteously. All right, they didn't want judgment to go forth. So now all this here wickedness is prevailing on the earth and everything else like that, man. So let me go back and read this again in Habakkuk. Habakkuk chapter 1 verse 1, it says, the burden of Habakkuk, the burden which Habakkuk the prophet did see, O Yahweh, how long shall I cry, and thou wilt not hear? Even cry out unto thee of violence, and thou wilt not save. All right, and that's how we feel right about now, man. How long we gonna keep praying unto the Lord, man, and how much longer, man? That's why, hey, this is the year to turn up, but also, you know, we also hastening the coming of the day of the Lord, man. We like, look, Lord willing, it's this year that the Lord come, man. You hear all the men of the Lord, you know, saying and speaking to the true men of the Lord, because, hey, we trying to get up out of here, man. Man, Lord's will, this is the year, man. Lord's will, that this is the time that we get up out of here, man. Lord's will, hey, the Lord come today or tomorrow, next week. You know, obviously we have... Obviously we have certain prophecies that have to take place first. You know, everything has to be done indecently and in order. But hey, man, the sentiment of the prophets, man, how the prophets are really feeling, and their spirit is like, look, Lord, today, matter of fact, yesterday, come get us yesterday, man, because we tired of being here, man. We tired of being vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. We tired of hearing some of these damn how you say, you know, you see like some of these little news stories and things like that about the shit that's going on around the world. Like, wait, what happened again? You know, I heard a story about this chick who got pregnant in high school, had a baby and shit like that. Or she didn't tell her parents she was pregnant. Had the baby in the bathroom or something like that, and killed the baby, drowned the baby, smothered it. She killed the baby some kind of way, and then buried the baby in the backyard. You know what I'm saying? And then got caught eventually. You know what I'm saying? And she hid her pregnancy the whole time, but got caught eventually and went to court. And at the end all be all, they wanted to let this bitch off. Like, wait a minute, how the fuck you get to go and kill your own baby? You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden bury the baby in the backyard and everything else like that, and then get free from court, man. What kind of wickedness is this? Because she got she an Edomite, she got crocodile tears and everything else like that, man. Oh, I was going through some things in my life, so I was unstable and everything else. You weren't that unstable when however you killed the baby. You weren't all that unstable. This is wickedness, man. And then you can let this person get off, but then you lock Jacob for not paying child support, man. Jake couldn't afford to go pay for his kid or something like that. They trying to rape him with the child support check. But yet this chick then went and had a damn baby, trying to hide her from her parents, suffocate the baby so she can go to prom, fit in her little prom dress, kill the damn baby, bury the baby in the backyard. The fact of the matter, you buried this motherfucker in the backyard. You had to dig a hole, man. You know what I'm saying? You thought about all this shit. You had time to repent after all these things, but no, you just doubled down. Then because she want to cry in the courtroom and she a little small Edomite chick, y'all let this broad go, man. What kind of wickedness is this? But this is what the men of the Lord have to deal with day in and day out, man. You have to sit here and look at all these people with their deception, their devices, how they catch people up, man. Oh no, we gotta argue about whether or not we could teach third graders about, you know, the community and things like that, man. Why are we even having conversations about this, man? If it was, you know, if you a straight male and you talking about any of these type of things, they label you a certain type of offender and things like that. But if you part of the community, you can do whatever you want to go do to these little children. It's called being progressive and things like that, man. All right, which is madness, man. The men of the Lord are tired of weighing in on these things, man. Of course, we're not in a scenario where we can actually cast out judgment on these things. But hey, man, we tired of hearing all these things. That's part of the reason of why we how do I say we're kind of vexed in the spirit, is because, you know, being a men of the Lord, you know, if you were a man of the Lord, then you was from the beginning, man. All right, you was predestined from the beginning, and also with that, you was part of the judges, you know, and you'll also be part of the judges, you know, when we come back to the kingdom of heaven. But look, we're at a time now, it's like you a judge, and you can how do I say, enact judgment, more or less to say, man. It's like you being a cop, but then it's like you being restrained from how do I say, doing your job, more or less to say, man. You know, like I remember some of the teachers back in school and stuff like that when I was growing up, they came to a certain point in time where they had to watch how they talked to the children. They had to watch how they was disciplining the kids. Now I ain't talking about beating no kids or nothing else like that, but kids being class clowns and stuff. And like, yo, teach, I'm trying to learn over here, and this motherfucker over here doing X, Y, and Z, beating on the table. And it's like, well, I can't really say nothing to him because I could lose my job. You know what I'm saying? And now it didn't worked out like that in the jobs that you know, you working on nowadays. You can't even tell a motherfucker about nothing. You like, yo, you can't tell an individual, yo, bro, you late every damn day. I need you to come into work early. Oh, you offended me. So now, you know, there's a lack of judgment going forth, all right? A lack of authority, all right? And then what you have? You have chaos, man. The whole duty of man is what? To fear the Most High and keep His commandments, right? Now, if you don't do that, you see what happened to us. We lost our first estate because why? We didn't want to hearken unto the law, statutes, commandments, All right, the Most High brought these judgments down upon us, man, these curses upon us, because why? We didn't hearken unto him, man. So what? We decided to leave the order. We decided to leave the law, statutes, commandments, and the order. All right, and then what did that leave us? In a disorderly conduct, disorderly places, man. We all corrupted now, man. But yet and still, the same thing is going on with this here lawlessness in this here society, man. They don't want to put forth judgment. Don't nobody want to be judged. Everybody want to be doing what their own little thing, man. So this is what's going on. Let me come back to this Habakkuk. Let me read this real quick in Isaiah, man. But hey, ultimately, this is what these people asked for, man. All right, and then when the things come down upon them, they be trying to figure out how they got caught up into this here space, man. All right, but hey, man, how much more longer, man? The minute of the way, man, we tired of seeing this shit, man. We tired of talking about the same shit all the time, the same vexing shit. People who ask, you must just not like this. You must just not like, you must obviously don't like women. You tired of seeing booty cheeks out there? Like, man, yeah, for a straight man to get tired of seeing booty cheeks, that means there's too much of an abundance of these things, man. Like the natural human body is loving water. We love water. We drink water. Our body made up of water. But guess what? You drink too much fucking water, you gonna drown, man. All right, there's a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of rain. That's cool. But when you got so much rain that the whole neighborhood flood, that's too much water, bro. When you get, you know, it's certain things you got too much of it. This is just too much wickedness, man. All right, you can't go nowhere without being, you know, put into a certain type of mind state, man. All right, everything that you have going on around you is so-called triggering, man. All right, this is Isaiah 30, in verse 9. It says that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord. All right, and so with the we just quoted earlier about how the whole duty of man is to what? To fear the Most High and keep His commandments. But what? Our people nowadays, they hard-headed, man. They want to be lawless, man. They don't want to listen to the Most High. They don't want to listen to the law, statutes, commandments. But then they wonder why everything's all out of order, man. It's like, you know, it's simple. It's like you baking a cake. The ingredients is on the box, man. The ingredients call for, let's just say, keep it simple: eggs, butter, and some milk. You decide to put some motor oil, some transmission fluid, and some whatever, some bricks in there, man. And you wonder why the shit is not edible, why you didn't get what you were supposed to get up out of there, man. You didn't follow the order. You didn't follow the direction, man. All right, you changed the ordinance of all the things that was thereof. You turning the things upside down. It's going to be esteemed as the potter's clay, man. It's all got to be wiped clean, man. All right, because you put the wrong ingredients in on this, and you didn't get the finished product that you wanted, man. So this is why the whole earth has to be utterly emptied and utterly wiped clean, because why? Esau that permeated this here way of living, man. A deaf culture, a deaf spirit, you know, like they say, really, I call it Crowley Christianity, but what you know of as Christianity today, all right, really boils back down to Aleister Crowley with his religion, which they call Crowleyanity, or I believe it's called Crowleyanity or something like that. But his whole shit was based off of what? Do thou wilt. Do whatever you want to go and do. And they mix that in now with modern day Christianity type of shit, where they say, oh, you do whatever you want to do. Jesus will forgive you for all these things. So it's the same shit, man. Crowley Christianity, man. So just, hey, live it up. Do whatever you want to go and do. There's no consequences and things like that, man. You know, just like the serpent told Eve, all right, he said, hey, the Most High, look, the Most High know you ain't, first of all, you ain't gonna die. The Most High know if you eat of this, you gonna know good and evil, man. You gonna be a god of your own damn self, man. You gonna be all right. The same bullshit that they teaching these people now. Oh, live your life however you want to live. There is no right way of doing it. You know, everybody has their own way, finding their own path and everything else like that, but look at the fruit, the end product of all these things, man. People is just bugged out. People stupid, retarded. You got grown-ass people that's old enough to be somebody's parents, if not grandparents, that's out here over here trying to make fucking TikToks, shaking their ass and doing little dances and things like that, man. And they ain't raising their children up. Can't teach their kid how to do nothing but do a TikTok dance, man. This is the type of civilization we living in nowadays, man, where the people, they love simplicity, man. They love just living, how do I say, meaningless lives, man. All right, you know, the men ain't men no more, the women ain't women no more, the adults ain't even adults no more, man. Everything is turned upside down, man. All because of why? The people, man, they don't want to listen. They don't want to hearken to the ways of the Lord, man. They want to go do the things their own way. They're pure in their own eyes, man. This whole generation just has to be done away with, man. All right, this is why the Lord, Lord's will, man. We see it, you know, measuring the time diligently based on the prophecies, you know, the MOTB coming, being, you know, when Esau's about to fill his belly, the Most High gonna rain it upon him. And we see it, but to us, man, this can't come no faster than, I mean, things are moving rapidly fast, but to us, man, things ain't moving fast enough. You know, obviously, you know, in the spirit, everything is moving at the right pace according to the Lord, but, you know, we hastening the day, man. We wish we was out of here yesterday, if not last month, man. So, hey, man, we looking for a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwells righteousness, man, because all of this is just straight wickedness on every side, man. You turn on the damn TV, it's wickedness. You turn on the radio, it's wickedness. You go to the grocery store, it's wickedness. All right, like I said, man, it was a point in time where you could only see certain things if you walked into a strip club. Now you can go into the fucking grocery store and you see more ass and titties in the grocery store than you see in a damn strip club, man. You want to, hey, for all you men, you want to save your money, just go to the grocery store, go grocery shopping. Whatever time of the day you want to go in there, it'd be just like going to the damn strip club, but cheaper. You ain't even got to tip them bitches. You just walk around with your damn cart and you be just looking all goddamn day, man. All right, but that's even more wickedness, man. All right, but hey, this is the time and the place that we living in. But hey, our people, they hated instruction, man. They hated the law, statutes, commandments. Of course, Esau gonna do what Esau gonna do. And Esau gonna be wicked, but ultimately for our people, man, we didn't have to take heed and follow after Esau and his wicked ass ways, man. Like going into the feminist thing, you know, they say that, oh, the so-called that was, you know, the so-called white man or the so-called white woman brought that on up and everything else like that. But hey, ultimately, that madness passed. Ultimately, you know, it goes into the point of, you know, they like to say, oh, that was the white woman stuff. We just jumped on the bandwagon. Really, that was put out for Jake. You know, obviously the so-called white woman came up with it, Margaret Sanger, but you know what I'm saying? And Bill Gates' father, they was the progenitors of Planned Parenthood and all that extra shit like that. But you know, and feminism and all those things like that. But nevertheless, they knew that Jake was gonna follow suit. So hey, you know, they had their little puppets at that point in time, and Jake started following those things because Esau wouldn't. You don't see Esau, these Edomite, Shedemite women out here talking about, I don't need no man. I'm just this. No, they fall right on the line with their people, man. But this is the things that's going forth and destroying our people, man. But getting still, our people keep taking the bait with these things, man. All right, everything's turned upside down. And you wondering why you get the outcomes that you get nowadays, man. But hey, again, this whole world's turned upside down, and you can't even complain about it nowadays. If you complain about it, you the problem out here, man. If you say you getting tired of seeing these things as walking around, these walking abominations, you're the problem with it, man. You know, and it's funny, in the spirit just said that this couple walked back by again, homegirl with her little booty shorts on with her man and everything else like that. But hey, man, you see what I'm saying? Can't make this shit up, man. Can't make this shit up. You tired of, you know what I'm saying? Like, just as a natural man, you, ooh, shit. Legs, ass, cheeks, all that type of shit. But hey, she right there with her man, man. That you ain't supposed to be looking at another man's wife like that. You know, lusting after another woman and things like that. Hey, man, she got a man. But yet and still, look at this in society, man. You know what I'm saying? They put it all into your face, man. This is why we need salvation, man. This is why we need to go back to our own ways, man. Why women was covered up and things like this so that you wouldn't be forced to just, you know what I'm saying, be seeing all these things, man. And you had a simple say, oh, you mind your business. Mind your business. Hey, man, it's hard to mind your business when you have all this just everywhere, man. Again, it's not like I went to the strip club to go see all these types of things, man. This shit's just walking around in every day. And, you know, in everyday streets, man. Like I said, I couldn't tell you if that was, I could tell you that I ain't one no streetwalker, but you know what I'm saying? But based off the attire, hey, she got the same shit on these streetwalkers we be having on. But nevertheless, this is the society we in. This is why the men of the Lord is vexed over all these things, man. All right, let's finish this here off. Isaiah 30:9, it says that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord, man. Again, man, that's the principal point of it all, man. For dealing with our people, man, because you know we ain't trying to get these other nations right. But hey, man, if our people was to get on board, man, of course we wouldn't be in this scenario like the scripture said. If we was all turned to the east and calling the Lord, he would deliver us right away. But you know, just in a perfect world, if all of our people in this captivity was to be living righteously and walking in righteousness and things like that, we wouldn't be so corrupt. We wouldn't have children being born out of wedlock. The father's not in the household. The fathers could be able to raise up their children in the right way and be the authoritative figure that they need to be. And then our children wouldn't be growing up as these mistress women wouldn't be bringing forth little monsters, man, little gremlins, man. Well, with that Kodak Black song called Super Gremlin, man, that's what these people are, super gremlins, man. Not just gremlins, you a super goddamn gremlin, man. But hey, this is the time that we living in right about now, man. And these people are proud. This is the most proudest moment that they all in. It's crazy that they all want to be in these scenarios, but yet and still, at the deep down on the inside, they really hate all these things, man. All right, give me a second. But nevertheless, let's get back into it. Isaiah 30:10, Isaiah 30:9. That this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law, which say to the seers, see not, unto the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit. And going back to a lack of judgment, man. This is what our people are looking forward to. Our people are looking forward to the so-called comforting words that comfort them in their wickedness, man. Don't tell me what I gotta wear and how I gotta be dressing. Don't tell me to pull my pants up and everything else like that. Don't tell me to cover up and put on some clothes and stuff. Let me go do me the way I want to go and do. You know, you got two women in the room. You telling one of them like, yo, you should put some better clothes on. That's a little too revealing. The other chick, let her go do her, man. But yet and still holding them back and everything else like that. But hey, you can't tell them nothing nowadays, man. Everybody is all pure in their own minds and doing what they want to go and do. But look, what is the outcome of all these things, man? You know, we wouldn't be in a society where Damn near everybody in this here society is on drugs, antidepressants, alcohol sales is skyrocketing. Suicide. If you're living in a healthy society, you don't have an abundance of people committing suicide, man. If you live in a healthy society, you don't have an abundance of people on antidepressant drugs. If you live in a healthy society, you don't have a lot of people on just regular non-prescription street drugs, man. But yet and still, everybody think that everything is all good. They all pure in their own eyes. Nah, I'm good. Everything good. Let me just do me. Don't judge me for what I'm doing. Let me do me and everything else like that. Well, look at the results of it, man. Why is everybody strung out? Why is everybody on drugs? Why is everybody, trying to fall into what they call escapism, man? All right, happy people don't be happy and content people don't be going down these paths and things like that, man. All right, happy and content people don't need to be sitting over at the bar trying to fulfill themselves with this here alcohol and things like that, to drown their sorrows and things like that, man. But yet and still, hey, these people, they want to live a lawless way, man. They don't want to have judgment. They don't want to be prophesied or told right things, man. They want to be told lies, and yet and still the lies is what's killing them, man. All right, going back, it says, what say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit, get you out of the way and turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. All right, and again, hey, y'all always preaching the Bible. Oh, let's go away from these things because so on and so forth. Back in the Bible times, the biblical days, these things was going on. This is that. That's why we was all fucked up and everything else like that. I heard somebody else was saying something else about that, about with these new modern day women and how they don't want to submit to no man. And it's like, nah, we finally in a new type, in a new scenario where we can make our own money. We ain't got to be subjected like our grandparents did and everything else like that, this and that. And I'm like, so y'all think this is all a good thing and you got the pride and the freedom to go and do all these things. But one thing you realize and you fail to realize is your grandmama and your grandfather, they've been married 65 years, still together, raised up generations of children. But your parents was you grew up in a single parent household. Your father wasn't even around. Your mother still can't keep no man or find no man to this same day. And what path you think you gonna be on? All right, and one of the things that these people, they seem to fail to realize is you want to be all this single and independent. You get to a certain point in time where you gain resources in life. All these women talk about their career, their PhD and everything else like that, but decide not to have kids. Well, when you die, who's all them resources going to? Going right back to the state. So you amassing wealth just to give to the state, not to your own kids, not to your own legacy, not to all these different things. See, that's what they missing out on, man. They think about all these things, so they don't say, "Oh, don't give us the olden ways. Prophesying to us smooth things. Prophesying to us deceit, man. Prophesying to us lies, man. Tell us what we want to hear with smooth into our ears, man. All right, like the scriptures say about Esau, where his words were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. That's what they want. They want to hear the smooth things, but it's destructive unto them, man. All right, just like the medicines and things like that, the sweet foods and everything else like that is more or less a destruction unto you, but the bitter foods and the bitter herbs are pretty much more healthy for you, man. Medicines are pretty much not so tasty and everything else like that, but what the nasty or the good stuff is actually what is bad for you, man. All right, but hey, this is the society that we live in. Damn, judgment went down right there. Another accident. But anyway, dealing with the Most High and the damn devil, man. The devil is always coming to you with these so-called smooth things. Like, look, going back to the garden scenario, man. The devil came up and was like, nah, trying to speak all smoothly. Man, you can have whatever you like. You can have your cake and you can eat it. Hey, God just don't want you to do this and that. He's telling you all these little smooth things, telling to you deceits and everything else like that, man. But what was the end all result? They found out that they was naked. They was uncovered at that point in time. Like, damn, we didn't fell from grace, man. We fell from our position because we was listening to this nigga sweet talking us and everything else like that. But what? When they was dealing with the Most High was all stern with their ass. Look, thou shalt not do this or your ass gonna get killed. I'm gonna put your ass to death if you do that. He was straightforward with him, man. Hey, look, you do this and you die. If you do this, you'll live. If you do this, you'll get stoned to death. If you do this, you're gonna be judged for this, and that. He was straightforward with him, how they say, straight no chaser, man. But the devil came with his little smooth words and everything else like that. But ultimately, the Most High was showing you love, man. If you eat this, you gonna die. Or if you eat this, bad things is gonna happen to you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, don't eat swine. You know what I'm saying? For certain reasons, now you come to find out, medical purposes, it's not really healthy for you to be eating all that shit to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Let alone being disobedient to the Most High. But it's not healthy for you to be eating these things. Yeah, I just told you straight up, don't eat that shit, man. All right, but then the devil tell you, oh no, you can have whatever you like. You start eating that shit, now you got gout. Now you got high blood pressure, obesity, and everything else like that. But hey, his smooth words led you, his deceit, his smooth words led you to what? Destruction, man. All right, so hey, same with this here time frame that we living in, man. All these people want to be pure in their own eyes. They want to hear what's smooth and what's how I say smooth into their own ears, man. That's so-called you know, music to their ears. You know, that's you know, how do I put it? Not to say, you know, smooth words into their ears, but they want to hear like you know, things that's appealing to them, man. That's the things that they want to hear. They want to hear, oh, I want to hear something that's gonna benefit me, man. This is how a lot of these schemes work. Oh, you can get rich quick scheme type thing. And look, you can learn how to flip real estate with no money down and this and that. Nobody want to learn, you know, that, hey, look, you can get all these things and all these riches that you want, but you have to take hard work and you got to put in some work, man, dedication and all these different things, man. Nobody wants to hear that. They all want to hear that, oh, I ain't got to do so much work. Hey, set it and forget it, man. All you do is do this and that. You just get rich overnight. They want to hear the smooth things. Don't tell me how I got to discipline myself and do all these things. I just want to live willy-nilly, man. All right, this is the generation that we're living with right now, man. All right, going back, Isaiah 30 and 10 would say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things. Speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit. It says, get you out of the way and turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Again, they don't want to go back to the ancient ways. They want to go and live and do their own thing, man. All right, again, going back to being pure in their own eyes. Let me figure out my own way. Don't judge me. Don't tell me how to live my life. Oh, y'all over here going back to their Bible, but this and that. You know, people have so much hatred towards the Bible. That book telling you how to live, but then they'll go and pick up all these other books telling you how to fucking live, man. Oh, when you get up, meditate like this and do that and say your affirmations and do all these things, and you got a book that's telling you how to eat holistically and everything else like that. But like, you motherfucker, the Bible tell you all the same things, but in the righteous way. But you went out and bought 15 different books that told you, you know, to replace all these things. You know, the Most High give you the dietary laws and how to eat. You'll go put that away to go get another book that say, how to eat, you know, like this and like that. To all of a sudden, you know, your diet is, you know, however your diet is, man. All right, but hey, nevertheless, they don't want to hearken to the words of the Lord, man. All right, let me finish this off. Wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because you despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and to stay thereon, therefore this iniquity shall be unto you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out of a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly, and it shall break, and he shall break it as he breaketh breaking of the potter's vessel that is broken in pieces, and shall not spare, so that there shall not be found in the bursting of it a shard to take fire from the hearth, or to water withal out of the pit. So, hey, man, when it's come down onto you and it breaks, it's like a, you see those old cartoons where, like, the coyote put his finger in a little wall of the dam and everything else like that, and all of a sudden that whole shit just fall up, the whole dam break, and there's a breach in the dam, and all that water come and slashing on your ass, man. That's where, you know, how they say about some of these women, they hitting the wall sometime, or they hit the danger zone, all them lies, and they've been told all of a sudden, they wake up and they 35 and don't nobody want their ass, and they've been told all these lies their whole time, and they have to wake up and deal with that shit, man. The same with the rest of our people out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I can go out here to the club, I can go out here and do all these things. Hey, man, like we was speaking on earlier, watch how you carry yourself, watch how you walk around. The devil's looking who he may devour, man. All right, but yet and still, people ain't gonna learn that until they have to find out the hard way. Like those people that was out, I think it was in Sacramento or somewhere like that, where you know, it was out at the club and everything else like that. Then all of a sudden, it was a massive shootout that happened. I guarantee you, those people that wound up losing their life, all right, they was going home, man, we shouldn't have went out that night. You know what I'm saying? All these type of things. Hey, they always look back in hindsight and be saying all these things, but hey, where was that thought process beforehand, man? Where was that thought process? You know what? If I go out tonight out here with all these heathen and doing all this heathen shit, that I could go out here and get judged. I can go out here and get put to death, man. All right, those people that's going out on New Year's and things like that and doing all kind of wild shit, go to the biggest New Year's party. You know, a lot of those people don't make it home at night. You know, they get into a car accident, get locked up for a DUI. How many of them thought about that, you know, beforehand? Like, you know what, this is not the day to be going out here and doing all these types of things. This is not the day to be doing all these things. How many of them had that wisdom in the forefront of their mind to apply that train of thought, man? So how much more when we come into the time of Jacob's trouble, all right, the time of the MOTB, all right, people that's thinking with their flesh, they want to hear the smooth things already. So how much more in those times where they don't want to face adversity and things like that, man? When they don't want to face the real problems and things like that, I just want to eat, man. I want to make this as smooth as possible, man. You seen them when they went and got their little juicy juice and everything else for the job, shit. The first sign of that shit, I'm about to go ahead and get this here juicy juice, get this overtime, get so on and so forth. Then all of a sudden you get these adverse effects. Now you over here, somebody pray for me, man. I got the shakes, looking all like, you know what I'm saying? But hey, nevertheless, it's too late for you at that point in time, man. All right, that's when it says it's gonna be like that breach. Let me get it. It says therefore this iniquity shall be unto you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out of a high wall whose breaking comes suddenly at an instant, man. All of a sudden, that reality hit your ass, man, and then you just wake up and you sobered up real quick, man. Again, going back to that massive shootout and things like that, man. Hey, these people's out there folly, with all this here folly in the world and dealing with these damn spirits and everything. But when them gunshots started ringing out, things got how do I say? Things got real serious at that point in time. Hey, there was a video clip of that show Fresh and Fit where these girls was on there being all super masculine. I don't need no man. I don't need this and that. And apparently some dude came up to the little spot to confront them, and somebody pulled out a gun on somebody, and all of a sudden, all them old super masculine women immediately reverted back to their feminine state. They all ducking and dodging and climbing out the damn window and shit like that, screaming. And but just a second ago they was all, yeah, SMD, blah blah, fuck nigga. But then when real problems came, the men got up to confront the situation, and the women became women and cowered down, man. Came onto them like a breach in the wall, man. All right, those women thought that they was all masculine, they ain't need no man, this and that. But then all of that mindset went out of it. They was literally talking about it in one breath, and then 2 minutes later, man, all of a sudden they running out the damn window. Oh shit, this is why I need a man. Oh shit, I need. And they thinking in the back of their mind, who can I call to save me out of this scenario? Who can I call to get me up out of this here problem? Who can I call to deliver me from out of these things, man? You don't want to be in that mindset in that day when the Jacob's trouble come on. Oh, let me go try to, like the Lord say, man, go call upon your gods that you was worshiping beforehand, man. Don't try to call on me now. You should have seeked me early before the evil days came, man. But yet and still, hey, you're going to have 2/3 of our people that's going to wait all the way up until the last minute. And then what? The Lord's like, hey, look, since you didn't want to answer me, matter of fact, we'll close out on that. But since you didn't want to answer me, you know what I'm saying? Hey, this is going to be to your own demise, man. All right? Hey, the Lord, we'll get it. Let me finish this off real quick. Going back over to, let me finish this in Habakkuk. Habakkuk 1. It says, oh yeah, how long shall I cry, and wilt thou not hear? Even cry out unto thee of the violence, and wilt thou not save? Why dost thou show me iniquity, and cause me to behold grievance? For spoiling and violence are before me, and they are they that rise up strife and contention. All right, and again, this is what the prophets have to continuously see day in and day out. But hey, this is the times that we live in. It's going to be a time like never before. So all these spirits is being raised up on the earth of just violence and wickedness and so on and so forth, man. Just stay away from all that shit, man. But yet and still, again, we got to endure all these things, man. All right, he that endure to the end, the same shall be saved. But so, we can't really bug ourselves out over these things. But yet and still, hey, man, the prophets deep down inside us tired of seeing all these things, man. We constantly crying out unto the Lord, man. Oh, Lord, deliver us, save us from these things, man. Hey, make sure I don't walk into the traps of the wiles of the devil, man. All right, so I don't get caught up into these snares and everything else like that. But yet and still, this is where we at right about now, man. And only the men of the Lord are making inquiries about these things, man. Only, you got to be a man of the Lord, or you're not a man of the Lord if these things don't bother you, put it that way. You know what I'm saying? If you just willy-nilly out here and, oh, it ain't that bad, it ain't this, it ain't that. Hey, man, you got the wrong spirit on you, man. All right, the scriptures say, set the mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. That means all day in and day out, it's just abomination on top of abomination on top of abomination on top of abomination, man. I was talking to the little Arab man in the gas station the other day about buying a beef jerky, right? And I was like, oh, wait, because he was putting me onto this other brand. He's like, oh, it's like the same thing. Like, you sure it's 100% beef? And I know he's like, yeah, it say 100% beef right there in the pack. Like, yeah, let me read these ingredients, though. But they'll say 100% beef, and then they'll have one little thing in there, like, oh, it's got some pig juice in there or something else like that, or a pig's pork skin, or something else with pork in there or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this damn devil. He's like, yeah, that's crazy how, they go above and beyond to put pork and everything. And I'm like, yeah, that's how we dealing with the damn devil, man. He got to go above and beyond to put pork in every damn thing. You can have 100% beef, but then it's still some pork in there, man. All right, but yet and still, like I said, some people were like, just eat it. It ain't that big of a deal. Nah, man, you should be asking yourself, why is all this here wickedness like how it is, man? You have to be asking yourself, if you're comfortable in hell, man, there's a problem, man. It's like a person that's living with a hoarder, man. The hoarder, they don't see a problem with their whole house being junky like that, but hey, man, somebody else come up like, nah, I ain't riding with you. Your shit all, you got trash all everywhere, man. There's a problem here, man. I gotta get rid of, I'm uncomfortable. I gotta get up out of this situation, man. All right, but yet people that's like, again, going back to a hoarder, they mentally sick in their mind, man. All this calamities and trash that's around them, they don't see a problem with it. No, I gotta keep this, I gotta keep that around, I gotta keep this, I gotta keep that around. Like the scripture said, little leaven leavens the whole lump. That's a prime example of, a hoarder. A little bit of trash here turn into a whole big trash pile of all kind of things because you just want to hoard all these things. But you don't see a problem with all those things, man. The same thing is going on with the earth, man. The earth is being hoarded of wickedness, man, and wicked spirits day in and day out, man. All right, finishing this off. Habakkuk 1:4 says, therefore the law is slack, and judgment doth never go forth. For the wicked doth compass about the righteous, therefore wrong judgment proceedeth. All right, so ultimately, hey, this is what's going on, man. Because look, the Lord ain't casting out judgments day in and day out speedily, man. All these things are just fermenting on the earth, man. A little leaven the whole lump, man. Hey, because look, hey, ain't nobody say nothing to the one girl first when she was walking around the little booty shorts. Somebody else started doing it, and somebody else started doing it. You know, hey, a little girl come home, she got her first little pair of booty shorts. The parents don't say nothing about it. She going, that's her new attire. The next summer coming on in, you can't never see this girl fully dressed no more because you ain't nipping in the bud in the beginning, man. All right, because ain't nobody want to say nothing about all this here wickedness going on with the social media and things like that. Now we have these things going on, but hey, this is the time that we living in, man. All right, let's see what's gonna close out with this. I don't want to read the whole thing, but there's a part in there I wanted to grab. All right. Let me just, oh man, I should have read it all, but hey, let me just read from, I'm gonna just read from verse 30 on down. This Proverbs 1 and 30. It says, hey, you know, we read up a little bit. It's like, how long you simple ones, he loves simplicity, man. How long y'all gonna keep going on with this here BS, man? How long y'all gonna keep loving this life that you living in, man? How long you gonna keep continuing on with this here spot, man? How long you gonna love oppression, man? How long you gonna love being in this here state? Like I said, if everything was good, anxiety, depression, mental illness, suicide, drugs, whether prescribed or not prescribed, all this shit wouldn't be running rampant right about now. We would live in a society where nobody would need no drugs. Nobody would need escapism to escape from all these things, man. But because iniquity abound and the love of many, you know, is waxed cold. You know, because iniquity abounded and the love of many is waxed cold. All these things are starting to happen, man. All right, all these, you know, this is the time that we're living in, man. Things is getting worse and worse and worse until what? The Lord have to shorten the days for the elect's sake. Because look, no flesh will be saved, man. Everybody been driven mad. There'll be chaos and people killing one another and everything else like that, man. You got multiple wars on multiple fronts, all kind of things going on. Hey, man, we didn't even talk about the wars that's really popping off, and World War III is going down. That's coming around the corner. We ain't talking about Esau trying to chip every damn body and bring it in that way. All right, we pretty much spent the whole lesson talking about how, well, you did have the spirits of vengeance, and these people just walking around in a chaotic mindset, but it's all going back to what? A lack of judgment, man. These people don't have no guidance. They don't want to walk in the ways of the Lord, so this is what happens to these people, man. This is the type of society that you want to breed in. This is the type of people you want to living around, man. And who can really honestly say that they are comfortable living around the people that they living around nowadays, man? Everybody got to ride around with a goddamn gun on their ass because they don't know if the next person gonna flip out on them or not, man. All right, but yet and still, this is the society that we all living in, man. Everybody living on edge, man. All right, there used to be a point in time when I was growing up as a kid, man. You know, sometimes you could, and these was in Jake neighborhoods, you could leave your front door open all damn day. You know, the kids could go outside and play on the block, not have to worry about certain things. You know, all these things was, not to say readily available, but all these things was different back in those days. Nowadays, you know, hey, you can't leave none of these people to none of these devices because you never know what may happen, man. All right, everything then changed up. All right, but nevertheless, continuing on, going back to Proverbs 1 and 30, it says, they would none of my counsel, they despised all of my reproof. And again, you know, they don't want to, you know, say, prophesy unto us smooth things, prophesy unto us deceit. Make the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. They don't want to hear about this. They don't want to hear the truth of the matter of these things, man. All right, they should, you know, at a time like I just said, where everybody is highly on drugs and alcohol and all these different things, antidepressants and things, they should all be lined up like, look, man, hey, they should be seeking for the new wine. They should be seeking for advice. They should be seeking for counsel, man. They should be seeking for a better way. But what do? They go run to the drugs, the alcohol, and all these escapism things to do, man. They want attention and everything else like that, so they go to the social media and all these different things. But what is it? How does it leave you, man? Empty, dead, and dumb, man. All right. So it says, verse 30 again, they would none of my counsel. They despise all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat of their own fruit. They should eat of the fruit of their own ways and be filled with their own devices. And this is what it's leading them to, man, their own destruction, man. All right, some of these people, especially you see all these folks that be on the internet with these social media sites, they be wanting to get all views and get clout and everything else like that. But then all of a sudden, they be all mad about the things that, you know, when they get all that you know, they be loving all the so-called media and the press that they be getting when it be so-called good or on their side. But then when people start talking shit to them, then they be all mad. Why is everybody bullying me online? Why don't people mind their own business? Well, you made yourself a public figure, and now people over here critiquing your ass. Now you know, now you don't like all that. No, you've succumbed to your own devices, man. Or you succumbed to your own ways, man. You wanted to be social media famous. You wanted attention that way. You got that attention. But now all these things is you about to eat from these things, man. All right, you know, you have all these women being half dressed and over sexualized and things like that. And that day, man, all right, all these, and you don't need no man turning all these men down and running through them and everything else like that. All right, we're gonna see what's gonna happen in those days, man. That's gonna be your target on your back, man. All right. Verse 31, therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own ways and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. All right, so hey, but whosoever hearken unto me shall dwell safely and shall be quiet from the fear of evil. And that's the flip side of this whole scenario, man. Wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of our time, man. Walking in the truth, man. Learning how to walk around these people, man. Again, not intertwining yourself with the rest of these, you know, hey, putting on the whole armor of the Most High, man. All that, you know, all that into a ball together, man. Keeping you from, how do I say, walking out here blindly, man. More or less to say, oh, I ain't know no better. But hey, man, when you be coming into this truth, you understand these things, man. You would know the times that we living in. Right now, it ain't the time to be out here having fun, going into the house of mirth, man. Now it's the time to be in the house of mourning right now, man. Now we should be out here sighing and crying for all the abominations. There's nothing but abominations around us, man. All right, but you want to go out here and turn up and just ignore all these things, and then you wonder why all these things are happening until you get caught up in all these different things. Hey, man, that's on you, man. You should have had wisdom to be walking in those things, man. But because you decided to not listen to the words of the Lord, hey, the Lord, hey, like the scriptures say about if our gospel be hid to those that are blinded, you know, and those that are lost. Hey, man, you out here lost because why? The Most High had you blinded from these things, man. You couldn't see the right way, the right path. You know, some people would say, bro, you didn't know that was going to happen to you going down there. Honestly, they didn't know, man. They didn't have that wisdom in their mind to tell them, maybe this ain't the wisest thing to do, man. You know, maybe as a female, I shouldn't go out to the bar in the club at 3 o'clock in the morning, get shit-faced wasted, and go try to Uber myself back home or drive myself back home or some shit like that, and then some dude take advantage of me because they see me stumbling and falling out the goddamn Uber, man. Go look up, there's a trend on YouTube. I think it's called Drunk TikTok, right? And you can go look at all these drunk-ass people and shit like that stumbling from the bar and videotaping themselves. But look, hey, some of those might be the last time some of them people was seen on alive, man. All drunk and shit like that. You can only imagine. Like, man, I'm glad I ain't got no goddamn kids, man. My kids out here got to be worried about them over here being drunk like this and bar hopping and hopping in the cars with strangers and things like that. And all kind of wicked shit happening to them, man. Because they ain't got no real guidance, man. No real, like a father figure, more or less to say. But, hey, this is what happens when you stray away from the Lord, man. This is what happens when you don't hearken unto the Lord. The Lord is going to choose your calamities. He's going to mock when your calamities come upon you, man. Hey, but nevertheless, you know, Jake ain't going to learn, man. This is only for the elect. 2/3 of our people, they're going to be cut off and dying anyway. But nevertheless, you know, the point of the matter is, hey, we in these dark times, these dark days, man. Now is not the time for you to be walking, you know, how the scriptures say, let me grab that real quick. We'll close out with that. Let me just get to the point. 2 Thessalonians 5:5, it says, "Ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of the darkness. Let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober." All right. It says, "For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken, be drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for the helmet, the hope of salvation." All right, so hey, man, this is how we should be walking out here, man. Not to get caught like a thief in the night, man. We should be vigilant. We should be sober of these things, man. We should know how to walk and move in these times, man. Again, like we was opened up with that scenario about the New York scenario, man. Watch how you move and watch what you putting up on the internet, man. Watch how you conduct yourself, man. You know, a lot of these times and the things that you're doing, just let the other person have that shit, man. You got it, bro. I'm going to mind my business. I'm going to go over here, do my thing. You go do your thing, man. All right? Because, hey, we're not in the time right now. Hey, man, these spirits that be created for vengeance out here just to see if you're going to get caught up, man. All right, that might be your little test right there for you to, hey, you know, you pass your test by just walking on and minding your business. And you fail your test by feeding into that, man. Giving the devil that gas for him to go ahead and You know what I'm saying? Like I said, with the example of the police, man. Police might pull you over for a simple traffic stop, but then a lot of the times it be how you be reacting. Man, what the fuck you pulled me over for, white boy, and everything else like that. Then all of a sudden, now he getting all aggressive. Now all of a sudden, you find yourself shot or beat up, man. All right, but hey, ultimately, you just failed your test at that point in time, man. So, hey, I'm going to go ahead and close out with that. Lord willing, the elect was edified with this here lesson. Until next time, I say, call halal Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakak Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of great millstone that taught us his truth and ever will. And salutation, much love for you, Aki, pushing his truth and sincerity over the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. Until next time, I say, stay strong. Shalom.